Good numbing. Hello YouTube, and welcome back to session 7 of Atelier Meruru, where today, fucking evil dies tonight. Well, at least we're hoping. We're still working on this. We've got, I'll show you what I've done in a second. And done everything I can to try and prepare for it, but we're going to give this another go. Additionally, off screen, we got this. Which basically, Astrid showed up, told her she was working on a potion of youth, tricked Meruru into breaking it, and said, okay, you're going to make a new one. But to do that, we need to make the Meruru Elixir, so that started. We can't finish it until we do the last facility, but that's at least something if we decide to... if this doesn't work out and we don't get this ending. But I'm going to give it the best shot I have. I have reworked the group. Actually, equipment would probably be better. I've got a new staff on Meruru. New ritual wear that has a fire resistance boost. These are about the same. For Totori, there's only so much I could do with the... but I did make her a new weapon. For the first time ever, she has a new weapon, the Witch's Staff. Ritual wear again, for fire resistance. The Spirit Necklace, I tried so hard to make it become Fire Shield, and it wasn't having it. It wasn't having it. Eventually I threw in the towel, and still the Nardi Ring. And Stirk, he's got the Knight's Blade, which has Fire Power, which also does boost Fire Resistance as well. Blue and Red Barrier on the Solar Cloak. Another Nardi Ring, and another Spirit Necklace. And you see, like, that one's different from Totori's Spirit Necklace. Like, I really fucking tried. I really tried to make it fire resistant. It just wasn't having it. But everyone's fire resistance is at least at 50. Additionally, if I go to my basket, things have changed here too. We still got the stuff we had from last time, like these big main elixirs that do KO recovery, and these that boost MP and LP. And these, the auto alarms, which you can see I've got a number of them. But the meteors, I made 3 new ones. Like, these are the old ones down here. These are the new ones. And the reason why is because I have Loner Slayer, so they do more damage when the target's on its own, which this boss is. Chain Explosion does extra damage. Forceful, that increase its power. And a rank boost as well. But it also has these two to just kind of boost it a little bit more. So it should be a bit of a nice concentrated firepower. If all else fucking fails, though, it is weak to ice. Can you see what I was going for here? It is weak to ice. And I also made sure to put Forceful on this, and Loner Slayer on this. So it's got a 30% boost, and an additional 20% boost for the target. So yeah, hopefully that'll do it. And lastly, and arguably most importantly, I'll talk about that last elixir as well in a second. The new Draken elixirs I've made, other than doing the usual, they half fire damage if you use it for the next 5 turns. So guess what Meruru's going to be doing for most of the fight? Dropping these bad boys on everyone and making sure they're maintained. And lastly, this final elixir at the bottom has ailment recovery, so if all else fails, we can try and get rid of that. That's the plan. That's everything that I have spent so much time working on. You can tell looking at the month in the calendar thing. We was in September at the end of the last stream. We're now in December. I spent a lot of fucking time reworking all of this, piecing together what I could, doing what I could, and just putting everything in place. Something had to give, and I'm hoping I've got it. So without further ado... yeah, of course the tree's going to move. I've been homebound for 3 months. But if we don't get this, I'm so deep-rooted in this path that it's going to be extremely unlikely... oh, Meruru doesn't use her MP for anything anyway, so yeah, we're fine. It's going to be extremely unlikely that we will have enough time to do any other ending. So it's kind of this or bust. Because the 2 other endings that we're kind of close-ish to is that if you hit population 100,000, that leads to an ending. And the Astrid quest that we're already on. You know, we need to make the Meruru Elixir, and we need to make the 3rd facility. But I digress, let's get down in there. Does mean we have to fight that fucking dragon again. And for the dragon, I'm going to just mostly try and focus only using our old stuff. Save all of our good stuff for the main event. But I'm hoping with our better equipment, we'll notice the difference on the Fire Dragon anyway. Totally won't get, you know, like one taps from it. But we spent a few attempts last time, and this is like, unless we're like super close, then I'll probably end up convincing myself to give it another go. I'm probably only going to give this one real attempt. Because I said it last stream, and I'm going to say it again, it's the start of this one. I don't want this project to just kind of carry on indefinitely. Okay, I need you guys to, like, leave me alone. That thing's never been in that position, it's usually, like, down here. So, I'm probably going to give it one go, and then if not, settle for the neutral ending. It might result in this stream being pretty short, depending on how things go, but I'm still going to do what I can. So, like, these new ones, I'm not going to use them yet. I'm going to use the old ones. Because these ones we're saving for Big Boy. Oh, I think we do lose Soul Steel on it though, but I think it will make the most of it. It'll be a worthy trade-off, I assure you. I did try and get Rainbow Power on something as well, and it just unfortunately didn't work out. Every time I tried to make something with Rainbow Power, you need like 50 points to put it on an item, and I just couldn't get it. Which Rainbow Power puts every single element on your weapon. So I could make it do fire, ice, electric, and ground damage, or wind damage, whatever. And I just couldn't get it, unfortunately. So eventually I was like, you know what? I'm carrying on. Oh yeah, I also made these two here are new. I made these fresh. I forgot to mention that. So I'll save these two for later as well. I'll use this one. Oh, I've got to speed up combat. I always forget to do that at the start. Jesus Christ, do you think I made enough? Oh, I did, because I changed the sword, we don't have, like, the 10% skill cost reduction on Sturk, so Sturk's skills are going to cost a smidge more than they used to. But that's honestly fine. That really was, like, it's like the least of my worries. That he's going to cost him 10% more. So I don't think this does the attack boost anymore. The one I've got on it. We can find out. Yeah, no, it doesn't. But instead... Oh, whoops, I reacted way too slow. Whoops. But instead, it adds to fire resistance, which will it'll pay for itself. It really will. No. I was looking at it, I was like, no, we don't need to drop it. Also, what you saw there, you need an extra point for. I wasn't even aware it was a real thing, that was a thing you could do. And so I was looking it up, but yeah, if you have an extra point spare, you can do, like, even more beyond the usual. But you have to have a lot spare, so you have to do a lot of build-up, basically. Just to top people up. Hey, one man, hope you're doing well. To give you an idea of how much better our equipment's actually gotten, we're at this stage of the fight, and we haven't had to use Sturk's super. We've just done so much more damage to this dragon, so there's a smidge of hope. A smidge of hope. Oh, I don't think this will kill, though. It'll get it close enough, though. Reveling in another immortal meme. Because this will kill. Thank you, King. That staff is not going to be as good as the one I fucking made, and if it is, I'm going to scream. Yeah, no. Good. Good. I was going to say, if it's as good as my staff, I'm going to scream. Because I spent so much time working on that. Okay, let's, I won't use all of them, because obviously we're going to need them for the end. But I want your MP up. Yeah, sure, that'll do. Alright. So, we still got these for main elixirs. We got them for keeping MP and LP up. My new auto alarms that will also heal you when they resurrect you. My new meteors that will do way more damage. The thing's weak to ice. Can you see why I got so many ice bombs? And my new Draken elixirs that will make add fire immunity. And then if all else fails, I've got this to get rid of ailments. All right, I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my soul. This is the one. For when you start at dusk. Yeah, it's not going to be till autumn. The reason why I keep on saying autumn and not specific months, because I don't know when in autumn yet. Just because of some of the other stuff I want to get onto. Because once I'm done with like basically once like all the things that are like devouring my schedule now are out the way. So like, you know, like this, as in like the Arlen saga, this that'll include the lure, Marie when that comes out, and FF16. There's a few other games that I've been saying for ages that I want to get to or get around to that I want to kind of detour into. Like I want to do Trail Zero into Zero or Trail Zero, whatever it's called, at some point. We got Final Fantasy 6 in August. No, not Final Fantasy. Resident Evil 6, sorry, in August. So I've got Final Fantasy on the mind. I want to do Crystar before Crymarkin is out. And I maybe would like to start Caligula Effect 2 as well. Because I did enjoy the first game despite its faults. Okay. From Zero here. The Dragoon to do. Yeah, Dragoon, I don't... That's another one that I honestly don't know when I'm getting to. That's why I didn't mention it, because I honestly don't know when I'm getting to it. It's on the list, it's just, we'll see. Alright, there's my buffed one. So this will also heal you when you get resurrected. And also, by the way, you may have just noticed it. I don't know where it is. Restores LP when I set it up. Like, so I get a little extra LP boost as well. But these are going to be my main meteors I'm going to be using. But I'm going to start with the Soul Steel one so I can lower its stats before we move on to these ones. All of these are the last resort extras. These are ice bombs. Because although they're only Ice S, they've all got Forceful and Loner Stayer. So they'll do like about 50% more damage onto this boss. Because it's on its own. And then so I've got these down here, which these I will start ripping out when it starts trying to lower my flame resistance. The moment it starts lowering my flame resistance is the moment I counter it with Draken Elixirs. Because I think that ultimate it does halfway through the fight and start spamming then. If we can have boosted flame resistance, I think we may be in for a chance. But I honestly won't know until we're hit by one whilst I've got it active. That will be the test. That will be the decider whether we beat this boss or we get the neutral ending, you know? I've spent way too long. After the stream yesterday, I got some food, and I literally just came back and just fucking stared at my screen, and I was like, okay, how am I reworking this? How am I doing this? I spent way too long trying to piece everything together to try and make a strategy to maybe beat this thing. I even looked online, but all the strategies online require equipment that I haven't prioritized getting early enough, and so are kind of shit out of luck to try and get now. So I have to try and do what I got. Like, the biggest one was get Rainbow Power on your weapons. Or at least for one character. And for Rainbow Power, you need to be able to make it so you have 50 points spare. And I couldn't make it. The highest I got, genuinely, and it was so annoying, is that I made Sturk's new weapon, and it had 49 points. I was like, are you kidding me? And I was like, I need 50 to put Rainbow Power on, which makes it so it does extra... It makes it so you... We had it, actually, in Verona. It makes it so the attack hits 5 times, but each subsequent hit does a different element. So you do base damage, and then fire damage, ice damage, electric damage, and wind damage. And I was just like, that would have been so nice, but I just couldn't get it. A little mad that Boundless Trails is an ARPG. To be fair, I suppose it makes sense that they would experiment with it more, considering its naming. You know, it's not called Trails from, it's called Boundless Trails. Which, at least to me, would give the implication that it wants to do something a bit different other than its name. Speaking of Trails, I have a small bone to pick that I want to, like, kind of get off my chest at some point, because I have seen it on Twitter non-stop since the reveal that they're making slight changes to the localization in Reverie. And I think it needs to be mentioned and kind of called out on. I know, obviously, I come from the Sonic community, so I know from experience that bad eggs in the community don't represent everyone, but I'm still going to call out those bad eggs when I see it. Hearing that random voice actors at conventions, who have absolutely nothing to do with Trails, are getting harassed by supposed Trails fans for the localization and being treated like it's their fault isn't on. And secondly, finding out that it's not actually the first time this has happened, and it's actually very common every time a new Trails game is announced, that a select group of audience start fucking harassing voice actors, even if they're unrelated, about the localization, it's not on. The easiest way to make me stop caring about a franchise, if I haven't already gotten it, is trying to push people out by giving that kind of attitude. And I just wanted to make a point of saying, I mean, I want to get into Trails, and I want to try it, and I absolutely want to, but there's no easier way of making me want to get distant of a project than a really fucking toxic part of the fan base. And I know, for like I said, it's absolutely not everyone, and it absolutely isn't everyone thinking, it's just a minority. I just think it's a real shame that not only did this happen, but apparently it's a very regular thing, to such an extent that a lot of voice actors, even if they are involved in Trails, make a point of not interacting with the community because they don't think it's worth it. And so I just kind of want to put it out there, and that's not on. Let me be Trails. It's like, the only reason I make a point of saying, like, how it can be pushing off is, like, if you're already in, like, a franchise, I feel like it's easier to just kind of look past it. Like, I've been a Persona fan since Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. It's very easy for me to look past the weird people in the Persona community, because I can just enjoy them in my own time. But if you're an outsider to it, the first thing you see is what's the loudest, and sometimes what's the loudest is the community. And so it can end up being very detrimental to making someone be interested in it. And that's me personally, though. That's from my experience. Like, if I'm not a part of something, and the first thing I catch wind of is the community and the not-so-nice side of it, it can be very detrimental to making me take an interest. I still, like, it won't stop me, because I'm going to play Trails from Zero, and I'm going to absolutely, probably, very much enjoy it. As well as I'll probably enjoy every other Trails game from what I've seen. They all look like they're going to be insanely fun and right up my alley. I just wish that sort of shit didn't happen. It's a reality we cannot control the behaviour of others. Yeah. I just kind of wanted to say something, that was all. Because I've been reading it, like, I read it yesterday, and I read it again this morning, like, more, like, even after it's been called out, there's more people who are going and harassing actors for the localization when they have absolutely nothing to do with the project. And by the way, even if they did have something to do with the project, it wouldn't be their decision how something gets localized, they're fucking actors. And I'm just like, please, you know, like, come on. I get that you can be annoyed that something's not exactly the same as how it was in the Japanese version, or you feel it's unfaithful to the original. I can get the annoyance, but it's under no circumstances that make it right, you know? But I digress. I just wanted to kind of make a point of saying something. Let's try and deal with this fuck. Exactly, yeah, the actors don't, even if they were involved, they're not the ones that make that choice. So it should be harassed. In fact, no one should be. The thing is, like, obviously, I don't have experience with the series, so take the argument I'm about to make here with a pinch of salt, because I don't know. But there's always usually a reason why localizations make changes like that. There's always a reason. They never just do it 'cause, you know? Because there's way too much production trust on the line for them to just do it 'cause. If you break that trust with the main team, they will get someone else to localize it. So if there's so they would have had to have a valid reason, and there would have had to been conversations between the American side or the localization side and the JP side for why those changes are there. Those changes may still be annoying, but it doesn't mean it's something that can just be like, oh, I don't like it, it should be bad, let's get rid of it. There may be reasons behind it. And if there are, more often than not, it's because of flow of dialogue. Obviously, like, I know like things like this change from like a two-worded phrase to a different two-worded phrase, so this argument that this little bit of the argument I'm about to make doesn't apply to this. I'm just saying it can apply to other things. Sometimes it's just about flow. Sometimes the word flow, to keep it more direct, is disruptive when put in English. So they change the localization to make it flow easier in English, to basically make it sound better. It's not about that. It's like, it's the fact that if they did make it out of, like, for the sake of making it and not without a good reason, they wouldn't have to answer to the fans. They'd have to answer to the people who wrote the game. That's my point. So if they did make that choice, I can almost guarantee it's far more likely that they did it with a reason. Not because, like, you know, they were out to upset people or out to just make a change because they felt like it. There's a reason for it. That's all I was saying. I apologise that came across patronising. I didn't mean it to be. As in, obviously I don't know in this instance because I don't play the games. But that's why I said, like, I know that the example I give doesn't necessarily apply because it's a two-word replaced with a two-word. Because, you know, Sword Maiden and Beauty Blade, they're both two-word phrases, so I'd like to think that that wouldn't disrupt the flow of English when said. Yeah, it's just... All I'm saying is I'm not good... Even when it's like a game franchise I care about, I tend to not fuss about it, so maybe I'm just irrelevant to the argument when I say this. But that sort of stuff genuinely just seems a bit like... I don't know, like almost excessive. I mean, the excessive side that can't be argued is, you know, the people going harassing actors have nothing to do with it. That's ridiculous. It's just, in terms of actual, like, critiquing it, I think there's a line, and I think there's a line that people... Like, I think there's a line of understanding that not everyone gets, that these things happen for a reason, they don't just happen just cause. At least that's how I feel. That'd be a full paragraph. Yeah, true. Right, as horrible as it sounds to pull Meruru, just to get it back on topic for the game for a second, Meruru is the only one I'm really not that fussed about not getting fire resistance. I know that sounds horrible, like Princess Meruru is like, wait, what? Like she's about to get nuked, but she's genuinely the only one I'm not that fussed, because she's literally only there to give out items. Sturk is the one doing damage, and Totori's duplicating everything we need. The Meruru's literally just there to chuck in the extra item once every blue moon. So, like, she's the one I'm not that fussed about, like, in all things considered. Guess I'm gonna be symbiotic. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to be like, oh yeah, both sides could be in the... In this instance, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, both sides can be in the wrong when one side's attacking people unrelated. You know? Obviously, I know this is just an example, and I know it represents the majority. Please don't take this as me saying, oh, the whole Trails fandom is bad, or anything like that. I know it's not. Because, like I said, I come from way worse fandoms. I know it's not like that. You know, I'm a Genshin fan and a Sonic fan. I know for a fucking fact it's not like that. I'm just saying it just ends up making a real unfortunate example. I'm more don't worry, one man, I'm not saying it, you're not saying it. I'm more saying if anyone who hops in late, that they know that I'm not attacking anyone. Because I know people watch this in post. I know, like, I see it pop up a lot. A lot of people watch my streams in post, so I'm making a point of saying, like, I'm not attacking anyone. And hope anyone who's watching it knows. Yeah, I get that, though. I think that's just the unfortunate nature of localizations, though. Even, like... Because, like... Even, like, the most on-point localizations in the world aren't gonna please everyone. Because the alternative is the direct translations that Danganronpa 1 and 2 did, where shit just makes a little less sense at times, you know? But Danganronpa made some people happy, but then also annoyed others that some of the dialogue didn't make as much sense as it should, because it wasn't localized. So there's always this odd thing where if you localize it, things are probably going to end up changing one way or another. 2 random fucking words getting changed does seem a bit weird, and I completely get that, like, that comes across like, wait, what the fuck? You know? But if it was a direct translation, you know a good example is of the problem between a direct translation and localization? Fucking Kingdom Hearts 1. That game has that game sounds so awkward when you listen to the dialogue. If you actually take a step back and listen to the dialogue of the game, everything sounds so disjointed and awkward and weirdly phrased because it's barely localized. It's just translated and they do a little bit of cleanup and called it a day. Back in KH1. And every time you listen back on it, it's like... And they start talking about heart like it's or pain like it's an emotion and all this other shit, and like everything just sounds kind of like wonky. You're like, okay, yeah, this sounds weird. Antagonize fans on Twitter. That's unfortunate. That shouldn't happen. If they're actively going out of their way to say, yeah, fuck you guys, assuming that's how it's going down when you mean antagonize. I'm gonna be awful. I'm not gonna use it. Ow. I know. I'm sorry, Meruru, you're just gonna tank this. Because... because... I'm gonna use this meteor. And I'm going to triple dip it, but I need more bars to do it. You'll see what I mean. Because when you do this, then you do I'm counting on you. Because you only get it when you get the extra point. And then you do one more time. Because then the new meteor set up will now do way more damage. Because this is level 3 meteor. That's annoying. That's annoying reading that comment. It reminds me of the 90s where like they were blatantly gay characters. When they get localized, they were turned into like maybe effeminate characters at the very most, or would like removed from it. Hey, classic example, fucking Sailor Moon. In the Japanese version, the main character is a lesbian, and there's a trans character in it, both of which ceased to exist when it first got localized. In fact, the trans character was straight up removed from it, and the only reason the last season of that show didn't make it to the West is because it became too prolific, so they couldn't censor it out. But yeah, erasure of minorities is disgusting to me. It genuinely is. It's atrocious. So people like, yeah, it's a real shame. Anyway, I'm going to try and set up my fire resistance again, because it's basically Totori's job. Totori's just going to keep on setting up fire resistance. Also, I've learned that this boss has 15,000 health, so ignoring its heals, pay attention to the damage we do, because it will give us a better idea of how close or far we are from it. You know, we've got so many Draken Elixirs, just use it raw, Totori, save your MP. Piss off Gordon Ramsay, have it raw. Yeah. You know, it was actually a good example of a fantastic localization, and it's on topic because the remake's coming. Super Mario RPG. The original Japanese version is so blunt in all of its dialogue. It really is. Like, it's so fucking blunt. Everything's to the point, everything's so sharp, and everything, like, so vicious. So when it came to the West, they kept every single message and every single point across, but they deliberately made the dialogue way more friendly because the RPG was intended for kids. Yeah, Super Mario RPG is getting a remake. It's getting a full-blown remake. It got announced at the Nintendo Direct last month. So that game got huge, like, amazing localization because it made the game fucking approachable for the target audience. Whilst if it was a direct translation, it would have come across way too cruel or way too sharp for the initial audience. Okay, phase 3. Sorry. Okay, now it's setting up that bullshit, got it. I say I'm sorry because I know I'm just gonna making like Meruru just eat shit, you know? There, Meruru, you have that. Because I want to set up a new pressure meteor. Also, if you do the full stretch, you may have noticed the time cards got moved up. So if you can do the full work for it, you can get more out of it. Okay, that ultimate's coming. That ultimate's coming. That's what that is. Okay, let's get ready. It is impending. That's what that means. Alright, moment of fucking truth. Drop a raw elixir, make sure everyone's capped out. Go for it. It's not going to kill because it's not changed the theme. If it changes the theme, we've won. But there's no way this is going to do, I think, 7,500 damage we need it to do. Yeah, it did good damage though. Oh, I'm sorry, Totori, you're getting the worst of it. Oh, all of your stats are lowered. Ugh. Changing the term used to be a piece of character work, and erasing the character work. So I'm still like, And these mediums we love, and should be yeah. Sorry, I got focused on the fight for a second, so I missed a few messages. I'm reading back. It's gonna do so little damage if I go in now. That's the problem. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to. Jesus Christ. Maybe I should have gone for it. Next turn I might go for the super anyway. Because Totori's about to get fucked up by 2 rounds of meteors. Is the problem. Fuck it, going for it. And then next turn I'll have Totori rip regardless. Alright, I need this thing to not use its ultimate, because I need Totori to survive, and I'm paranoid she won't. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, let's survive. That's fine. I don't know if this will kill. It's gonna kill! It's gonna kill! It's gonna kill because it's playing the theme! Yeah! We did it! Alright. Fire resistance. Fire resistance really is the way to go. Get some good fire resistance in, this guy is a lot weaker. Yes! Trophy unlocked, Presence of the Flame. Alright, we're locked in to the ending called Rich Nation. Now, so the other endings won't matter as much. I say that, we're locked in unless we beat a higher priority ending, but this ending is super high priority. This is like the 3rd highest priority of the ending, so all the other endings we're working towards will get overridden by this. Do you see how much of a difference our equipment made, though? Compared to the end of last stream? Alright. Because like, the only endings high up the priority is... one of them we physically can't get because it's the boss we just beat. It's beat it with whilst having Geo in the party. And we straight up haven't recruited Geo, so... And the other one is... from what I've been told, impossible to get on your first playthrough because the requirements for it are too much. You have to do it through New Game Plus. So this is the highest priority ending we can realistically get, if that makes sense. Because one of them we're locked out, and the other one requires NG+, or basically requires NG+. Because that's the maximum friendship, which is if you have 100% friendship on every single character in the game, you get a unique ending. Changing of the Beauty Blade is more egregious than a mere nitpick, sadly. Yeah, and that's fair enough. Because in an ideal world, you would have it like both sides make peace, not war, you know. But still. All right, let's see how this ends. As my heart goes out, my heart was racing near the end of that. When it came to Totori using her super, whether to use it on that turn or the next one, I genuinely I was looking at the time. Graph on the right, and I was like, Totori's gonna get hit by 2 meteors if I don't use this ult, but she's got lowered attack, so I don't know if it would have killed if I used it there, you know? So I really had to and ah it. Sessions into IRL. Yeah. And that's the problem that I've seen pop up. I think the biggest thing that was a shame is one thing it happening, it's another thing then hearing that it actually happens almost in pattern with every single Trails localization. And I'm like, really? And then I looked into it, it's like, yeah, almost every single time a new Trails game's localization is like let out into the wild one way or another, there's a group of people that start going after like everyone they can about it, and it's just like most of these people aren't involved, and even if they were involved in the project, wouldn't have made that decision. But for some reason they refuse to hear that, and they just get on people's cases anyway. But there was a real, like, there's some people here that really need to go out and touch grass kind of moment, you know? Causes to fight for us. Defying people because the pixels ridiculous. Anyway, woohoo! We did it! Everyone's probably waiting. Should hurry back and give them the good news. You know why I'm also happy I beat this boss? Because we didn't beat, like, the secret kind of sort of final boss of Toturi. You know, like, we had, like, that tower to go fight, like, the not devil, that, like, was the one that went into a war against, Toturi's mother, and, like, met in a stalemate or whatever. Like, I was kind of like, I know it was more like it leads to a different ending sort of thing, but I was still kind of gutted we didn't get that in Toturi, because it was way too late into the adventure to do any proper prep work for it, whilst this, we had time to do proper prep work. So hurry back and give them the good news. Jesus, you know what's funnier? Is that although this ending has higher priority, we've got the points to go to do Astrid's quest. No, not spend money. But the problem is that that's not... Localizers aren't the only ones that would take that fault. You know, like, everyone would take the fault for that a little bit. Because obviously, it's not just, you know, localizers come in, change the dialogue, and that is. There's programmers that have to code in these new localization work. Especially where it's like Sega, for example. You know, in RGG, rework all the lip... Or, like, the lip syncing when it's in English. Like, that requires still programmers and whatnot. They will be like, okay, why were there less sales on this? Ultimately, they get paid regardless, obviously. They get their paycheck because that's not how the world works. It's just like, what if they get hired for the next project? Or if they get involved on the next project, that it'll be affected. You know? But it could potentially end up affecting everyone. I completely understand the idea of voting with your wallet. It's just, it can be awkward because sometimes you put other people in the firing line without meaning to. Oh, absolutely, I agree. It's awkward regardless. It really is. It's awkward regardless. There's always, it feels like the economy and the nature of how things are structured are always designed to ensure at least someone gets hurt. And it sucks when it's like that. Because everything has to be so on perfect. There's even like the slightest crack, it cascades because one side will be upset, which will then inadvertently cause problems for the other. It has to be so peak of the mountain for it. If it leans either side, it will start snowballing. Which is just a real shame. Anyway, let's hear of our triumph. Lord Decia, the princess has arrived. Ah, she's back. And she returned safely. She just strolls in like, damn right I did. Also, if we do finish super early on this stream, I have no other schedule planned for today, so it might just be a short stream. Because I'm taking tomorrow off. Because basically my work week... the reason why I had a longer stream yesterday is because I wasn't working yesterday. But to make up for it, I'm working every single night till the end of Saturday this week. So I'm working tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And so, yeah, I'm taking tomorrow off just to kind of take that breather and plan myself out. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I'm back. I need to get my final thoughts on this anyway, and go through all the extras we've inevitably unlocked. And obviously, we need to see what, like, if we have to do other stuff first before we get the ending proper. Meruru! What? What is wrong, father? Why are you yelling? Don't you tell me I'm in trouble again? That's super early. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, just that, well, you were gone for so long. To be fair, I didn't mean to start as early as I did. I usually try and start like 9 AM my time. I ended up starting like closer to 8:30. that was entirely because I woke up early, and I was just like, I had everything done, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just start. She said, well, you were gone for so long. You worry too much, Father. I'm fine, and I took down that stupid air shatter. Ah, you see, you're able to defeat the Volcano Incarnate then. Well, I'm glad you returned safe and sound. Like I excuse me. Like I said, I took him down. The earthquakes have stopped, right? Well, now that you mention it. But did you really subdue the spirit? How did you manage that? We had just woken up, so he wasn't at full power. Plus, that recipe you gave me really came in handy. Is that so? Aren't you happy, Father? Oh, of course. So, like, I know they haven't said it, but is it supposed to be implied that, like, Meruru's mother was also an alchemist? Is that the thing? Like, you know, these old recipe books and, like, Desia being super opposed to alchemy at first and all this other shit? Is it supposed to be that, like, Meruru's mother was an alchemist at some point? Because, you know, like, we got this ancient alchemy book from Meruru's dad that had the answer to all our problems, ultimately. Anyway, of course, I'm very grateful that the Volcano Incarnate is taken care of. Development can now get back on track. But if that is true, they said that it was, like, around 20 years prior that, you know, they first tried to deal with the spirit and they managed to restrict it. Does that mean Meruru's mother was involved in that? Because keep in mind, we're on year 5 now, so 20 odd years ago, Meruru's just turned 20 in this game. So that would have been just before she was born, or if not, just after she was born. Her mother may have then got out and got involved in whatever happened, which would then explain why Meruru was raised without a mother, because her mother maybe was badly injured and or died, which if that's the case, fuck, 2 for 2, 2 protagonists in a row have got mother problems. Section called All My Home's Age. If I do a retrospective on this series talking about Astrid, I'm just going to make it a montage of that every time across Verona in this game, where she's found a way to not screw over the main character, but somehow get through the screen and screw me over personally. Because it is absurd how many times it's happened. It is absurd how many times it's happened. And she nearly got me with the milk thing as well. If it wasn't for the fact I was busy with other stuff, we were low on water. So the whole town's water getting turned into milk last stream, if I had to make literally anything with water, she would have got me again. Because I wouldn't have been able to do it. It just happened to work out that I had other shit to do. And the water thankfully cleared by the time I got it. So I nearly caught another stray from her. I'm curious if she's going to be in Lulua. Because she's got to be she's 40, I think she's 49 in Lulua. Like, so that she's literally middle-aged by then. So I'm kind of curious, like, if assuming she's even in that game, what they do with her, and whether she's, like, aged and grown up at all, or if she's just, like, a really evil middle-aged lady, you know? I'm excited for seeing 35-year-old Verona. I think seeing an actually fully grown matured adult Verona would be nice. Because I think that also makes her the oldest protagonist. I haven't played the other sagas to know if there's anyone that's older, but I think that makes her the oldest protagonist in the series. Because Sophie is 26 by the end of the Mysterious Saga. Rise is 22. Verona being 35, that's like, Jesus, that's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of noticeable. And I hope that it's portrayed in her character that there's... Like, Verona can still be a little goofball at points, because some things never change with the character and how you are. But I hope there's a bit more maturity and obvious motherhood in her when we get to the lore. Of course, I'm very grateful that the Volcano can't taken care of. Development can now get back on track. But more importantly, your safe return is the best news I could have received. Father... Oh, I'm sorry I made you worry. No matter. You know what's funny? I made 10 ice bombs. Did I use any of them on the fucking volcano? I don't think I did. I don't think there's ever an opportunity where I could yeet an ice bomb, because the thing's weak to ice, which is why I made them. So I think they were just a waste. I don't think I needed to make any of them. Where my drop of Tokyo Xanadu? Fair enough. The thing is, like, I think... with your, like, perspective of always being, like... Not, let's say, it's not that you're entirely against action RPGs, because obviously, like, we both love Berseria. Like, every time I play Final Fantasy 16, you get interested when you're watching it because that game's fucking insane. I don't think it's a matter of, like, not being into ARPGs. I think it's a matter of, for you, it might be best to go in with, like, learn first of all that, like, before you get into a game that's an ARPG, and then let yourself go in with less expectations. Obviously, it's going in with low expectations can make the risk of going in bad faith. Obviously, try not to let that happen, like going in expecting it to be bad. But if you're going with low expectations and go in, not expecting to be disappointed, but just expecting it to be not your thing or whatever, it might give it more of a chance to impress or surprise you in other ways. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is very much Devil May Cry with some Final Fantasy here. Yeah, but I'm saying for that genre, that specific genre, I think if you always go in expecting it to hold up to the quality you hold, or we hold, or anyone holds with turn-based, I think you're always going to be disappointed because it's a completely different direction, you know? Like, it's not going to be that. Anyway, let's see what's going on. It's a little worrying to me that Astrid is, like, front and center of this paper article. Like, what is she fucking up to now? Oh, okay, that first article, that's because when I was working on everything, I started a bit more of the Astrid quest by accident. That first article said, Madame Astrid, an alchemist from Ireland, has asked Princess for something absurd. Can she pull off the synthesis? Astrid tried to force Meruru to drink the same potion that turned Verona into a child. Astrid's explanation being, if she can make someone else drink it and then drink into a child, she might be able to reverse engineer and figure it out. Meruru hard resisted and rejected and knocked the bottle out of its hand, shattering it. Astrid then blamed Meruru for breaking it and said, oh wait, you're making the new one. But to do so, we need to make a Merr Elixir. But to make the Merr Elixir, you have to make an elixir with specific traits, which then leads to a cutscene of her saying, oh, maybe if I do it this way, I can make something else, which then leads to the Merr Elixir. Then once you make the Merr Elixir, and you've made all 3 facilities, Astrid will give you another quest to go defeat a monster to get a rare material. When you defeat that monster, you can then make the Potion of Youth and restore Verona to adult form, then getting you the that ending, getting you the, I think it's called like an Alchemist Returns ending, where you get Verona back to her normal self. No other RPGs. Yeah, I think that's like the thing with me, like, maybe it's just me being so much more like Mr. Krabs with my money, and so much more like I won't spend unless I really, really get convinced to. I always do a bit of research before I try anything, even if it's from a franchise I really, like, or a company that I really care about. Like, it's like with Fairy Fencer F. I love Fairy Fencer F. Am I ever going to try that Tactics spin-off? Probably not. You know? The moment I found out it was a Tactics game, I went, alright, pass. You know, because I knew it wouldn't be for me. Like, what Tactics games are for me, with only very rare exceptions, are what action RPG games are like for you, one man, with very rare exceptions. Like, unless it's Final Fantasy Tactics, I don't want to hear it. Whilst if you, unless it's like Tales of Assyria, you don't really want to hear it. You know, you get what I mean. Obviously, it's not as cut and dry as that, but you get what I mean. Hit me hard and it should have. Yeah, fair enough. Again, sad, no surprise, since you went on the shopping bender, money goes fast. Introducing Arls' greatest sight will reveal some places the royalty never knew about. Some details may change. And event cancellation. Next month's Wow Arlen's Guy all-night loincloth party has been cancelled due to the sponsor running away. As the princess stopped the downpour in Quaily Forest. Good job, Meruru. Even Ireland has residential area this big. Gonna live here forever. Submit any questions you have for May to Hannah's bulletin board and she'll sure to answer them. But for me, the whole, like, it's not a matter of I think they're bad, because I don't. I know people love them, and I know they have their place. It's just the only one that ever kept me going was Tactics, and the only reason Tactics kept me going wasn't because of the gameplay. It was because I really got invested in the story and characters. I'm just not a Tactics person. Oh, hey, we should roll a dice. 7 sevens in the population. Okay, and just for anyone who watches it and wants to get a reminder of what my stats are, these were the stats I won with, and the biggest thing that helped pull us over. We didn't even use the auto alarm. That's how much stronger we were. These to keep an MP up, and these ones because Lone Slayer and Chain Explosion. Oh, and Forceful. So it does way extra damage. And then these to make sure we had our fire resistance up. It never did its ult. Can we, like, take that for a second? Hey, I just realized the boss never did its ult. Volcano Incarnate never unleashed its ultimate on us. I wonder if it's just because we killed it so quickly that it just didn't get the chance to, or what. Because I'm genuinely... We never even had to use the Dragon Elixir to find out if we could survive it, you know? Action RPGs for me require a different structure of strategy. The biggest, like, thing that can sometimes pull an ARPG back is that sometimes they become too easy to get away with the minimum. Which I suppose fits into what you're saying of it being thoughtless. But it can sometimes become too easy to just do the bare minimum and it be enough. Heck, Final Fantasy 16 is a good example of it. If you really wanted to, you could just fire pelt everything to death from the other side of the arena. It wouldn't be fun at fucking all, but you could do it. Oh, that line there, I feel like I've uncovered a whole new future for myself, means that you've unlocked that ending. It means it's ticked. So, like, all of this stuff in your memo keeps tracks of different endings and whatnot. The moment you get that red dialogue, I've uncovered a whole new future for myself, that's the box ticked. That's that ending's locked in. It isn't an instant ending, though. As I've said before, there are some endings in Meruru that are instant. As in, when you fulfill the requirement, it goes straight into that ending. You don't have to wait till, I believe it's 6-1 year 6. So, 5 months from now. So we've got 5 months to kill. So we've got a 5-month epilogue. Basically, because we've done our main quest, and Astrid can do one. Astrid can find a hole to cry in, for all I care. What does that do? Oh, but the set piece bosses. I love this modern-ish push to not have bosses just be harder fights. I love a challenge, and I love a strategy, don't get me wrong. Like, I really enjoyed figuring out Volcano Incarnate, for example, like just now. But Jesus Christ, if more games can do what Final Fantasy 16 did, and, like, we'll still have that challenge, but be complete fucking spectacles, with, like, a bunch of set pieces here and there, and a bunch of cinematic execution here, like, real, like, fireworks shows out of it, every day I'll take it. Hey mate, I heard the great news. You took down the Volcano Incarnate. Wow, so everyone knows already. It's all because I got so much help from everyone. Thanks a bunch. Yeah, well, thanks to you, all the animals have returned. I feel way safer going out hunting and gathering. I'm bummed that the well isn't heated anymore, but booming business is the most important thing. Like, genuinely, after both Sophie 2 and Riser 3 kind of had underwhelming bosses, I would honestly, be happy if the Atelier series went down that road with, like, more set-piece focused bosses as well. Maybe that's a hot take, and maybe people will be like, no, they need to just do this and all this other stuff. But after, like, those two games had kind of, bosses. Like, Sophie 2, I think, got off better because the game was still kind of challenging. So, like, you still had to, like, pay attention, whilst Riser 3, it felt like every boss just kind of broke under your wrist the moment you twisted it. And you'll love the Osborne fight in 4. But that's the thing, in the best world, you get the spectacle and the challenge. And I mean, admittedly, in Final Fantasy 16, the challenge half of it, I'll get way more out of when I play Final Fantasy mode. You know, the hard mode you unlock when you beat the game. Because, yeah, that's what they call their hard mode, Final Fantasy mode. And I was like, alright. I'll probably get way more of the challenge out of it then. And if not, there's Ultimania as well if I beat the game again. Yeah, I've heard that track a couple times now. I say a couple, you like say it to me once, I heard it, and then after the stream, I listened to it like 3 more times. And I was like, man, this song rules. This song's great. Speaking of great songs, I can't wait to hear Fontaine's soundtrack when 4.0 comes out in Genshin. The moment I heard the saxophone start ripping in the teaser trailer for it, I was like, oh, we're in business. Fontaine's gonna have a banger soundtrack, I already know. Like, the very second I heard the saxophone, I was like, I'm ready. Like, screw the fact that everyone looks absurdly fucking hot, even for Genshin standards. Screw the fact that, like, my favorite antagonist of the Harbingers, Arla Sheno, is going to be it's the lead antagonist of the next chapter. No. That's sexy sax. Gimme. I want to hear especially like a Genshin boss fight when like the major bosses comes out. Imagine finding Arla Sheno, you know, this sadistic orphan causer, because that's her backstory. She runs an orphanage, but it's not an orphanage she runs peacefully. She literally kills people's parents and then steals the kids to raise them to be soldiers. So she's not a fun orphan owner. Fighting her, I better hear a gnarly saxophone, because it's going to be in Fontaine, you know? I'm just getting to zoom it. Nah, that's fine, dude. I'm the one that keeps up. Listen, the only update I probably won't be covering, just because I don't know where I'll fit it, I might do like a one-off video, but not a live stream for it, is the next update, which drops actually tomorrow, 3.8. 3.8 is supposed to be like the summertime update, and it's going to be more like celebratory and like more like fun and bouncy kind of thing. And although it would be fun to do it, it's just my schedule's packed enough as is. And the holiday updates tend to be like 12 hours long, and so it would probably be like 2 to 3 streams to do it. And I'm like, I don't have enough time in my schedule to even think about fitting that in. I'd rather do it in my spare time out of streaming, you know? But yeah, I'm excited for Star Rail. The thing is, like, I'm excited for Star Rail, and I'll definitely play it. But I'm so fucking invested in the world, lore, and story of Genshin that I don't know how much I'll juggle the two. You know? Like, I can almost guarantee you right now, the balance of the scales, it will be way heavier on Genshin's side. I will probably still be killing Genshin way more. I'm excited for Star Rail, and I fucking love the characters. Kafka, step on me, please. You know, the characters look amazing. And all the story beats I hear are really cool. Adventure ranks, I know I'm like rank 60, but I've been through the whole grind, and like adventure ranks genuinely didn't bother me personally. I know I'm like rank 60, so my rank, like, nothing matters anymore. It doesn't matter when anything comes out, I can just access it immediately because I'm literally the max rank. But still. I'm bummed their well isn't heating anymore. But booming business is the most important thing. So here you go, reward for all the hard work. Go take it. Something burnt, seapod, or medicine thread. Knowing systems. Because one's for your character, one is to make it so you're not overwhelmed with story progression. We've spoke about this at length before. The entire point of adventure rank is to not overwhelm the player by having everything available at once. Make it so you have to have waits, periods of time between things, so you can just explore the map at your leisure. And by exploring, you'll get most of your adventure rank points anyway, like opening chests, doing little side quests, which will get you most of the way. Not all the way, because I remember like having to, you know, grind a few days when I got to, I think it was chapter 1 of Leeway. To get chapter 2 of Leeway, you have to actually be like a few ranks higher than where you'll likely be. Only needing one level system, yeah, that you can be argued. That you can argue. Because it does feel like the only level that matters is max level in Genshin. Everything below it, it's like, maybe at level 80, you can make them, if they're used more as a tool, they're fine. But if you actually have your main party and one of them isn't level 90, you'll feel it. Like, it feels like level 90 is the only level that matters. But equally, that could also be because my adventure rank is 60, so my world level is also 8. Which you don't know what I'm talking about for people who don't play Genshin. Your adventure rank, I think it's starting rank 20. Every 5 ranks, you go up a world level, which basically everything gets harder, but your rewards get better. So when it goes up to level 2, all the enemies will level up to like 30, but the rewards they drop will be way better. And then again, and so on, capping at world rank 8, where all the levels will be all the enemies will at minimum be level 85, and at maximum level 100, which keep in mind your level cap is 90. Yeah, Inazuma, I loved exploring Inazuma as a region, and I loved the puzzle solving. The thing that let it down was the core story. I thought the core story was interesting and then dropped the ball at the last chapter. And I know I'm not the only one who thinks that. While Sumeru has honestly become the other way around. The region is a chore to explore because it's so fucking gargantuan. And like, it's not just puzzles, it's like riddles that require you to traverse the entire country to like get one treasure chest. But the story is phenomenal. Sumeru's story is hands down the best story arc we've had, and it's not even close. It really is absurdly good. And so I'm really hoping Fontaine will find the balance. Because Inazuma was fantastic region, but meh story. And Sumeru was fantastic story, but meh region. And I'm really hoping Fontaine can get the best of both and have a really good story that's enjoyable, especially because we're in the latter half of the entire story arc of Teyvat, whilst also having a really fun place to explore. Are you sure? There's really some valuable stuff in here. No worries, it's my pleasure. Make sure you keep on coming back to the best regular customer. But in Sumeru also handled it well by keeping, of its 5 core chapters, oh whoops, I don't know if you heard that notification, I've got to put my phone on mute. By keeping 3 of its 5 chapters, almost 99% in the same fucking city. Chapter 1, you start in Gandandaville, but then you move up to Sumeru City and you stay there for the rest of the chapter. Chapter 2, you're all in Sumeru. Chapter 3 and 4, you go out to the desert to deal with King Desiree, where you spend time with Dia. And then Chapter 5, you come back to the city and wrap up. It keeps the story contained, which is probably why it works so well. It doesn't make you traverse the entire fucking nation to do its story. It keeps it to like 3 core areas. Gandaraville at the start of Chapter 1, a little bit of the desert, and the rest of it's in the city. Whilst Inazuma, the only place you don't go is Thunderhell, the 4th island. You spend time in the other 3 islands almost equally. You're constantly running around. Part of the reason we move past before we bring Genshin, and that's fair enough. The game's changed a hell of a lot since the 2-point update, in a good way for the record. The only quality of life thing I miss is the auto run. There was a glitch where you could trigger auto run, and they patched it out. And I was like, man, you could have left that in because it was so convenient. You could have left that in, but that's it. That's not the only like quality of life thing I didn't agree with. Because they had a thing, you know, like the quick menu when you hold R1 or L1. I know the control schemes. It is R1. I had to think. I know the control scheme when I'm playing it, but I do it off muscle memory. If you like are already sprinting and then bring up the menu and then like let go of everything, your character will just keep on running in a direction because it would assume what you're doing when you bring up the quick menu and keep doing it. And they got rid of the assume, so now your character will just stop dead in their tracks and stop what they were doing. Yeah, that's fair enough. Then, like, the adventure rank system is built into the core system of the game. That's never going. Because the further along the game goes, the more relevant for newcomers it is that there's something that stops them from seeing absolutely everything at once. Because otherwise they will get scared off. It might not work, it might not be something that scares you off, or might not be something that scares me off, but it will scare people off. There are so many open world games where I've stopped playing them because I've got overwhelmed by too much shit going on. Witcher, Jesus Christ, Witcher 3. So give me a second, I'm gonna open my windows, I'm boiling here. Right, I had to move my microphone around a little bit just so I could move around. Hopefully the audio quality's still good and not, like, chippy. Because I'm always paranoid every time I move the mic that maybe it'll pull a wire somewhere or some shit. I think what would be a better option, but it's still something that'd be awkward to implement, because if you implement it now, you undo all of the people who put the effort in. And that's make it an option. Like, make it an option when you start. Like, say, do you want the content piece by piece, or do you want access to everything all at once? Kind of like, the only comparison I can think of, kind of like playing Premium Adventure in a Yakuza game. Where it's like, the Premium Adventure just kind of takes the restraint of absolutely everything, so you can just go 100% it. But the thing is, if you do that, like, getting to Adventure Rank 60 took me a little over 2 years to do, you know? And it's like, undoing that just so other people can experience everything because, or maybe make it that you can explore the story or takes off the story restraint, but you still have the adventure rank other rewards. Because obviously one of the things in the adventure rank reward is that it doesn't let you do co-op straight away. So it makes it so you have to actually learn the game a little first before you can engage with other people. So I'm trying things at once. Yeah, to be fair, I used to be good. When I was a kid, I was really good at just kind of absorbing everything. But as I've got older, I find it harder. I tend to get slower about it. Hey there! Oh, anyway, we're looking at Astrid. I kind of don't want to. Hey there, my people's pupil. Are you done yet? Done? Done with what? Don't tell me you forgot already. You cost me a great deal last time. Oh, now I remember. I mean, of course I didn't forget. Improving the elixir recipe, right? I'm on top of it. Good. I'm gonna be waiting. I have precious little patience. It's tough shit, Astrid. I've got my ending. I'm not doing your ending anymore. I said I'll do my best. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep. Yeah, got me interested. But for me, like, it's gonna sound really dumb, but hopefully you'll get it. For me, it's like, I like RPGs. I like action games. Action RPGs. I like action RPGs. It was literally as simple as that for me as a kid. It was generally that simple to get me to get into action RPGs. Which is funny because, like, I liked action RPGs even as a kid. Couldn't fucking stand the Tales of games. I couldn't get into Tales of Symphonia, couldn't get into Tales of Zilla, couldn't get into Vesperia, couldn't get into Zestiria. Actually, Zestiria is when I called it quits, and I was like, I'm never going to play this series ever again. I'm tired of giving it chances, all this other shit. And then Berseria was on, like, dirt cheap sale, and I was like, fine, fuck it. And then it became, like, one of my all-time favourite games. It's like, it's always... it's funny how that happens. Well, no, it was pseudo. Like, all the Tales games I played were action RPGs. Or at least pseudo. I've never played any of the turn-based way older ones. I've only ever played the ones that are more action-centric. Wait, is this Zestiria? Yeah, it's such a shame. Like, the only real blight in Berseria is that it's one half of a story and the other half is Zestiria. The only saving grace is that Zestiria is based, like, several hundred years later or whatever. So you can, like, just pretend it's not. You can just pretend it's not. Outside, like, the odd reference here, like Zavid being around and Lux is my character from my story, sorry. It's because he's Eisen is the inspiration for the character from my book, Lux. So that's just why I got confused for a second. Eisen is trying to avoid his sister, and if you play Zestiria, you know who his sister is. But, like, that's it. It's more, like, referential than needing to know. So now I'm not doing Astrid's ending, I'm kind of debating not making the last alchemy facility. It's like, now I've got the ending I want, I'm kind of like, yeah, she can go fuck herself. Is that bad? Like, is that bad? Am I a villain? But it is wild to me how different Berseria is. Like, even compared to other Tales games, sorry. God, I'm really getting my words muddled today. Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, then from, like, the book I'm working on, Lux Charlotte, or Lux, the core inspiration for him was Eisen, and then, like, just kind of, obviously, it's an entirely original story, I just kind of built it from there. It was just, he was, like, Eisen was the thing that kind of gave me the idea for how I wanted to handle Lux as a character. Fuck, I'm gonna make the school. Astrid can rot, for all I care. Princess, congratulations on subduing Air Shatter. With this, Arls' kingdom can finally look forward into a new generation. Finally. Are you saying the work I've done till now wasn't enough? Just so my brain doesn't get the two mixed up. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't mean it that way. It simply meant that the existence of air shatter was an overwhelming obstacle. It had existed all throughout Lord Decia's reign, as well as many kings before. It hung over us like a curse. Having a princess that would overcome such an obstacle has opened up a new direction for our future. I see. Didn't really get what you're talking about, but now I can finally get back to concentrating on development. Of course, I only ask that you put your full effort into bringing further growth to Arls. For show! Okay, I'm gonna get started right away. Actually, that's something I've noticed, and I started noticing it a bit last stream, but I didn't know if it was just me, so I tried to pay more attention to it. Meruru had more of a Kansai accent at the start of the game. Despite being a princess, she basically was running off two accents. When she was with the royal family, she had the stiff upper lip, or like the Japanese equivalent. But when she was out on the streets, she had more of like a local dialect, like she wasn't as fancy. That Kansai dialect, or that Kansai accent, has faded more and more as the game's got on. Like, as she's matured, she's kind of like fitted herself more into being the princess. Story about Civil War. As much as that would be interesting, I wouldn't be surprised if Arla still becomes a part of Ireland anyway. Like, maybe it will still be called Arlis, but it won't be like the Kingdom of Arlis. It'll be like Arlis within, like, the Ireland Republic or whatever, you know? I'm also curious if Lulua is going to take place in another town or city that starts with A, or whether it's going to take place in one we've already been to. You know? Like, is it gonna... Like, are we gonna be in Ireland again? Looking from the promotional art, it looks like we're in more of a village area, so we might be in Alanya. Which, considering that the adopted little sister of Toturi is, like, Lulua's best friend, from what I've seen in the promotion art, might make sense if she grows up in Toturi's hometown. But, once again, it's a huge we'll see. And it also, it still throws it out there, still throws out an extremely prominent question. Who's the dad? I can almost guarantee, considering, you know, she hasn't been brought once yet canonically in this game, Lulua would be 10 years old now, that Lulua's probably an adopted daughter and not Verona's actual daughter. But I still am curious, you know? Like, I'm still curious who's, like, or who the father figure may be, you know? Because they probably won't want their precious protagonist to even imply that she's had sex. You know, I don't think they want their precious, like, cutesy anime protagonist to even remotely have that implication surrounding it. So, like, no, Verona's pure, you know? Made by alchemy? That would be wild. That would be wild. But now we're done with the story, it's like, what do I feel like doing? Because we are done with the story I'm going for, since, like, now we've locked that in. I'm like, fuck Astrid. Even if we did Astrid's quest, the ending we're on is higher priority, I believe. Yeah, well, What's on the agenda for today? Is today supposed to be... Princess, have you finished preparing? I'm here to pick you up. Thanks, Waifus. Pick me up for what again? Oh, you forgot? Oh, speaking of, I'm going to tell you forgot. Today we have to discuss and rehearse the merger ceremony. Oh, sorry, not ringing any bells. Refresh my memory. What's the merger ceremony exactly? It's to commemorate the day Arlis took another step into the future and merged with the Island Republic. It's a very important event for our land, indeed. It will mark the final official act of the Arlis Kingdom. As you are the Princess of Arlis, I must ask you to attend, no matter the circumstances. I'm also super curious what Meruru is going to be like in Lulua. Because I think she's 22 in Lulua. So it'll be like 2 years after the merge. So will she still even be a princess? You know, like, or will she just be Meruru the adventurer, or Meruru the alchemist sort of thing? To be fair, I knew this was going to happen. not like directly knew, but like they've been saying all game long that like the idea of developing Arls is to make it a strong nation in preparation for the merge. So I kind of knew that was the way it was going to go regardless. The only ending I kind of wish I could get, but we needed Geo in the party, is Warrior Princess. Because, come on, the Warrior Princess ending, name alone, you're like, fuck yes, like, oh, you know? Oh, my so no, you're not gonna get it. Stop it. You are the Princess of Arls. I must ask you to attend no matter circumstances. See, so Arls Kingdom is going to be gone soon. Okay, I'll be there no matter what. And if Meruru isn't a princess anymore in the lore, will she still have like the crown hat accessory, or or what? You know? Wait, God. No, Neva, shut up. Oh, okay, here's the confirmation of that. She's not going to be a princess either. They're just attacking you directly, one man. You're not even going to have your princess anymore. Nah, that's not very... It's aggressive ideas. I'd rather them stick to, like the Atelier games are always supposed to be feel-goods. If it's suddenly, oh, by the way, there's a civil war, you'd be like, what the fuck? You know, like... it's always going to stick with a cozy path. The only thing we can see is just what drama evolves in the lore, because the lore will be more story-focused, coming out way after the Mysterious games, but before Riser. Musical. This is almost over. I'm going to miss the title, but it's looking a little sad that the Kingdom of Arls is going to disappear. It's almost time, Princess. Something wrong? You seem unhappy. Well, it's just a little bit, you know. When I think about how Arls is going to disappear, it makes me wonder if I did anything good at all for Arls in these past 5 years. My word, after all this time, you finally come to accept your royal responsibilities. Don't say it like that. It's not like this is something I just started thinking about today. I'm just teasing you. Honestly, you fulfilled your duties most splendidly. Compare our kingdom of today to the one from 5 years ago, and it's obvious how rapidly the nation has grown. Arls Kingdom will be welcomed into the Island Republic with pride. It will be no burden, I assure you. Life has become easier for our people, sure, but don't you think there was some people who liked Arls the way it was? When I think about that, I'm not sure if I did the right thing or not. Nobody has the answer to that question. If anything, the people of the future will be the ones to decide that. Besides, even if Arls is no longer a kingdom, the heart of its people certainly lives on. I see. I think you are right. It's not like the people of Arls are going to disappear. Whatever I've done, as long as Arls has its people, it wasn't a waste. It all meant something. Glad your thought process has improved such. There is no need for you to worry about your results. But still, if Arls was truly able to become a better kingdom, it's all thanks to you, Rufus. I couldn't have done anything by myself. I was able to come this far because you were there to support me. That's nothing I can take credit for. To ensure each of our princess's dreams becomes a reality is your job, right? Precisely. It was you who developed this kingdom. I have done nothing of note. I'm very honoured to have had the chance to serve you, Princess. Rufus. Thank you so much. Now then, it's almost time. Let's be going, shall we? Are we going to get our ending now? I thought we had to wait 5 months to the start of year 6. I didn't realise this may have been a time ending. I thought it wasn't. It might have been a time ending, because all we've done since we got back is talk to people and come back. Yeah, but Rufus is too loyal. He's basically the butler, so as far as he's concerned, anything he does or help with is the pride of the princess, not his. But yeah, I agree. He's a huge step in how Meruru became the way she is. Anyway, I'm back. Oh, I guess Miss Toturi isn't back yet. I need to go rest up. Oh, she's actually going to sleep in the bed for once and not just crash on the sofa? So tired. This feels very ending-y. Am I the only one? This feels very ending-y. Everyone was smiling and happy. Seems like they were really enjoying themselves. I thought this was gonna be the end, but maybe I was wrong. I think I get it now. What I saw that day in the act of alchemy. It was actually the potential within myself. No, I do too. I just started moving, carrying that potential along with me. Speaking of DLC, I'm gonna do every DLC I can in Lulua. Oh, okay, that's the ending you've got. Now it's gonna be do what you want, huh? Right? Maybe? Not much time left now. I'm gonna do everything I can so I have no regrets once Arls becomes part of Ireland. Yes, okay, so that's saying that's the ending you're on. That's the ending you're on. This is literally just, hey, what do you want to do for 5 months? You know, that's literally what it is. Epic. Alright. So everything I do is more setting up. Also, oh right, this was me making better weapons and armor right away, making more Regentums and Nylon Feathers. This was me setting up equipment for better equipment and armor, because Regentum is higher quality than Harmonium. I made, like, the highest ore quality to start working on swords. I say highest, I think it was, what, one short of the highest. Yeah, because you got Harmonium, Sunlit, and then Regenium. I'll say it's the highest. And I made one, because I could only make one, because it requires a rainbow fragment. And then just had them making more. And then I think I did the same here. Oh, no, I think there was a few more. I got Nylon Feather. Right, what are the 2 monsters we need to deal with? Oh, T-Bomb's there at least. We can just do that one. That's kind of tradition. But yeah, like, our ending's in place. Now it's just, what do you want to do in the time you have left? So I will absolutely wrap up this game today. Oh, it's so nice to be able to have a boss that I can just, like, enemies I can just rinse again. But I think for Warrior Princess ending, like the other ending that's kind of cool, I think by default it requires you to be level 50. And obviously we're not. What do you mean there's an enemy I haven't encountered? Alright, where are the... Okay, Guardians are there. Is there anywhere else Guardians are that I could... that I was like not so far fucking away? Okay, there's more T-Bomb squirrels. It's looking like a big no. Alright. Yeah, I think best soundtrack of the Arlen games is Meruru. I think best game of the trilogy so far is Lulua. Not Lulua, sorry, Toturi. I haven't played Lulua. Because it's on my mind. Go back and finish out. Yeah, no worries, dude. The lithograph says, let's take a look. Somewhere within the eternal hallways lies the path to reverse the truth of time. Oh, this is Astral Quest stuff, got it. What does that mean? I have no idea what it's talking about. Seems related to alchemy somehow. Where's this corridor even located? I have no clue. Where should I go? Alright, let's go try and find these guardians. It's so nice being in a position where it's like, I know... Look at that! It's like, I know nothing can really challenge us anymore. In the main game. I was like super bosses would still annihilate me. But that equipment rebuild really ended up paying off. Hey, here they are. I wonder if the mini-boss or the boss is respawn down here. So I'm following it to the end to see if we can find this endless corridor. If that's even a thing for us to find right now. Or if we have to do more Astrid stuff. If so, whatever. Oh yeah, right, 'cause it was the big boss way up here, right? And we had to fight the Durgan. Which I recall was really carried by Sturk for him. Okay, no, nothing here. Oh, there's our rainbow fragments. So these give you rainbow power. Oh, whoops. I think Meruru actually has proper, like, fucking skills in the next game. Let's get out of here and then turn these in. Oh, you never meet the tree stop. But I'm not sure how interested I'm in trying. So I think that is a super boss. What'd you get us, Hannah? Nice. What's with the music? Oh no, mate, this is terrible. Just terribly awful. The caravan coming from Ireland was attacked by a gang of lizards. But really, this is terrible. All the people were able to escape, but the lizards made off with all the cargo. I was waiting on a bunch of goods in that shipment too. It's a huge loss. No idea. I'm glad no one was hurt though. There have been reports of travellers and hunters being attacked, as well as livestock being stolen. Rufus! Oh, you always appear out of nowhere. If it is I have urgent news, I will find you anywhere, anytime. That is my job. The damage is escalating, so urgent measures must be taken. As such, there's no time to think. Let's just go and wipe the floor with them. Glad you feel that way. Lizard gang, Modus ruins. Let's put the dragons. Okay, I'm on my way. Alright, we know where we're heading next. Oh, you don't? Also, don't you sell Eshaloa? Can we just solve this problem now? No. I don't think Pam does. Oh, no. Hello, I'm here to deliver the items you ordered. Oh, hi, Hannah. You came to deliver it yourself? Oh, thank you. Good customer service. Plus, it's faster to come straight here rather than going back to my place first. You work so hard, Hannah. You go back and forth between the town and the wilderness like every day. Oh, you're here too, mate? I was planning on stopping by the workshop after I finished up here. You're so industrious. I need my little workers to be just as industrious today. Okay, Chim, it's time to get to work. Everyone gather round. Uh-oh. Great, can you put these packages away? I'll give you a big reward once you're done. They cleared it up so fast, it's like magic. Chimps are such good workers. Homunculi are so mysterious. They're super cute and great workers. Alchemy's amazing. Well, I imagine ghosts are just as mysterious. Well, I'm sure anyone would agree with the cuteness of the chimps. Here's your reward, some candy. Oh my god, so cute! Okay, I have enough for everyone, so no fighting. Oh man, I wish I had some chimps at my shop too. It'd be a huge help if I could watch over the place while I go out for my deliveries. I want some too. I'd love to have them around just to organise all my synthesis materials. Hey chimps, would you like if I adopt you? Chimple? Then you can have all the sugary candy you want, and chocolate, every day, so what do you say? Uh-oh. What? Hey, you tried to push my workers right in front of me? No fair, Hannah. My workshop is pretty nice too. I want to use alchemy to make whatever you want, chimps. Emma! Hold up. You don't even need them, mate. You have Toasty in the Homs. It's already different, right, chimps? I don't think you either if you have them. The chimps are my precious workers. Ah, no luck. There's feeling. He's coming this way.
Excuse me, Mrs. Meruru here. Come to be your escort?
Hi there. You seem really busy, Mr. Sterk. You don't have to come by so often.
Thank you for your concern, but please don't worry about me. So what do you have planned for today?
Imagine you're planning on going anywhere, so you don't have to.
No, you never know what will happen. I will remain here to protect you as always.
There's really no danger to protect against. Everything's looking very peaceful.
It's a classic assassin trick. They'll strike when you least expect it. If I'm not here to keep watch, you might...
Assassin, do you really think anyone cares that much about a princess from some backwards kingdom?
There's no way of knowing. It is why I'm going here. Better safe than sorry. Now then, I'll go make my rounds.
If he's right, shouldn't he be guarding Dad instead? I need to get to work. What is this? The workshop's getting all tense. Escort her? It was more like Mr. Sturk's the one after my life. Mr. Sturk, I really appreciate it if you could just relax a little.
No, I could not let my guard down while protecting you. Please do not worry. Don't worry about me. Just focus on your own work.
I can't concentrate with him glaring at me like that. How do I tell him? Oh, I know. I'm really sorry, but could you be on guard from the other side of the window? I'll yell if anything happens.
Understood. I have no desire to get in your way, so I'll stand guard outside.
Now I should be able to concentrate. I wonder if Mr. Sturk is always like that. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. It's like Rufus, actually. I mean, I don't doubt he's a really nice person. Uh-oh. It's not working. The aura's creeping in from outside. Now what do I do? I'm scared for my customers before they even get close. Let's see what to do. I feel like I talk around someone about this. I've heard that, like, Mimi's actually a really good party member to have damage-wise if you upgrade her. Because a lot of people, when it came to like, the Volcano Incarnate, was recommending having Mimi in the party. Oh, is it in this then? Alright, let's run through it again. Oh, I see him. There's where lizard been hiding. Alright, better take them all down. Better watch out, lizards. Ooh, okay. If you leave without getting them all, they will reset. Oh, I can actually entertain using Chin Bomb again. Because it is all fire resistant in the Volcano, so we couldn't use it. Dun 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 dun. Bing. Nice. Great damage. Oh, there's one more. At least in this spot. Jeez, you can get 3 of them from here. Alright, that's it. Oh right, I win. Take that. You have to worry about getting around the area. That's Geo. Oh, Master G, sorry. Well, who do we have here? I believe it's the Princess of Arls. What a coincidence. Masked G? What are you doing here? Same thing you're doing here. You subdue the lizards. But their forces are greater than expected. I think we can defeat them all at once. You see? There's more. Leave these ones to you. I'm gonna go clean up that group over there. Okay, I'll handle these jerks. Listen to what he said. I'm not done here till I defeat all of them. Oh, it also took us to the next area. Okay. There you are, dude. Just in case he has a bit more MP. Speed this up. It's not enough, fuck. Jesus Christ, Doug. They do like nothing to us, so I'm just like spam throwing it a bit more now. Look at all those lizard creeps. That's... Oh, there's still so many. I have to come up with a better way to get rid of them all. Better head back and talk to Rufus. Well, you at least culled a chunk of the population, Meruru, so don't worry about it. Oh man, I'm totally stuck. What's wrong? You don't sound like yourself. Well, I've just been thinking a lot lately. I'm glad I came here on impulse, but I've been doing the same stuff I was in Ireland, hunting monsters. I don't feel like I'm getting any stronger. I need some kind of threat of battle. Anyone strong enough? Oh, well, with my opponent, what about Uncle Gio? Gio? You mean my master's master? Is that old fart kicking around here somewhere? Yep, he's been travelling and training at a hard outpost. I feel like I heard about that before I got to Arls, but I forgot all about it. Now that's a different story. Meruru, next time you get to that outpost, send me with you. Well, I can't promise anything, but I'll do my best. What are you going to do there? Challenge old man Gio to a fight, of course. What? Alright, I'm getting excited. Maybe I should approach him. A frontal attack. Strike from the side. Mr. Gio. Nope, he's off in his own real world. I think he'll be back for a while. Mr. Gino, unlike Uncle Gio. Against Uncle Gio. I wonder which one is stronger. I like the idea myself. Rufus, I need to talk to you. I'm having a problem with those lizards. I've heard. Lizards increase in number despite the great many adventurers out hunting them down. We need to find a way to repel the lizard invasion before they get closer to the city. If we could somehow take out the lizard's boss, wouldn't that stop the invasion? Eventually, yes. But there is a proper order for everything. We must first deal with their current encroachment. The main Arls stronghold is our outpost to the east. It increases in soldiers as supplies required. I will arrange the placement of soldiers and need you to supply the weapons. The details. Got it. It's going to be easy gathering that much stuff, but I'll get it done. 6 and 6, as far as I'm concerned. There. Already got 3 months left before it's over. Right, who's the one that needs it? Who am I turning it into? Oh, hey, Gio. Oh, I suppose it's if you bring Gino here. You can make him fight against Dracula's uncle. Oh, oh, some of them already had blinding. Alrighty, task complete. Any supplies? Repent of those lizards next time they invade. Turns our outpost should all be set. We're not done yet. Next comes... Oh, right. Need to get stronger so I can take out the lizards, no problem. In which case, I need to train. I wonder if there's anyone around here who'd be a good master for me. And that's as far as we're going to go, because I don't want to go into, like, fucking Gio's path. No, I'm not kidding. You have to go talk to Gio, but I don't want to do Gio's path, so we're going back. We've done our bit. I'm mostly trying to kill time, but if I just sleep 3 months, our popularity index will plummet. Danger is creeping towards Arls. A report of an army of lizards approaching from the east has raised general concern. Our Princess Meruru has done it. She defeated the Volcano incarnate living in Mount Velas. Glory to Arls. Working hard and earning thousands, Princess Meruru is becoming the richest person in Arls before long. Yeah, and that one there, this is the last one. That's what it says at the bottom middle there. Suspension of publication, our last one. Thank you for your patronage of the Meruru News. Sadly, we must take a break for a while. Please continue to support Hannah's company. Which means, I think it's time we go back through them all and see how much we've actually developed. Because we started out with 1,000 people, 40 flat, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And we got to 1979, 45, 1 retreat, 9, 16, 3, and 2,648. With Kitten seeking a new home, the development begins. On the next one, we became less popular because we weren't doing as many quests, but we got more people in. We didn't run away anymore, but we got more new items synthesized. And items synthesized in general, 2 new facilities made, and lost a lot of money. With a fancy poem from the Dreaming Sheep, which we later learned. We learned who that is. And that was when we made the farm. They reused the image. Okay, I'll confuse myself for a second. The December issue. We were accused of attacking punies too much, which we need punables all bad. Opened a guild. Oh, and opened the weapon shop with Haggle. They got the kittens, and the kitten found a home. Next month's WoW Island Girls Swimsuit Parade has been cancelled due to lack of participants. I think some of these events you can have actually happen, you just need to have, like, set things at set points. So our popularity went up by 3... Jesus Christ, nearly 4k in, like, 1 quarter at the time. This, The mine of Lord Desi will be reopened by his daughter to go the ghost in the mine. Fucking the puny juice, just squeeze them and you're done. Population surpassed 10k, and we're getting into development year 2. The Geo showed up. I like the little comic pictures on the side that kind of tell a story, but not really. We were meant to make something and it caused some annoyance in Toturi. By the end of the 2nd year, Princess addicted to synthesis. Oh, the start of us getting accused of synthesizing too much began. It happened all the fucking time. The windmills were way better, and the homunculi mystery. So they decided to give up on it. Oh, we met Pam. The wholesale store opened. More facilities to come because we started making loads. Yeah, we had 11 facilities by then. Around the princess wants to become a street performer, so she does this travel. They're so accusatory. Every time it's like, oh, they craft too much. Oh, now she's going out too much. Like, fuck me. What do you want? Right, development. Playing tag with demons. He's avoiding battle. I avoid +1 on the retreat. Yeah, they're so harsh on me. Urbanization plan continues. We got up to 12 facilities. And we had advertisement from Hannah. These are fun to look back through. Looking for a pen pal, very healthy, 25 or older, 5'10" or taller, men only, interested in a ruler, look books a plus. A ruler books a plus. Lady Knight from Ireland. That was SD, so we're trying to get married. Playing tag with demons. Oh, we're doing that again. Even if we hadn't run away from any more fights. It probably comes up because I was swiveling them. Like, I wasn't actually getting into fights with them when I was starting to do more expeditions. Popularity hit 36k. Oh, that was one that outed Lord Desio as the one who wrote the poem. Yeah, and an apology and correction, the next one. We're at 40k then. Jesus. Started losing money, made 2 more facilities. We beat the dragon in Modus Ruins. Oh, starting development on Velas, so we really started that quest early when you look at it. I started making money and making more people. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to go that much. Princess going... Synthesis crazy! Hello, Meruru here, Lily. Oh yeah, I'm teaching about alchemy. Jeez, that fucking book. A treat expert. Oh, wealth, and then yeah, Astrid happened, and we had that article on that. Daily life exposed. Royal news, fortitude and vigor. Oh yeah, I want female friends answer. I've done a quick survey, please take a look. Ew and super ew. Like, the biggest fucking got destroyed. Yep, the many hurdles we went through. And then finally doing that. The newspaper system's genuinely really cool. I like that system, and I hope it comes back when maybe when I get to Dusk, or maybe it's in, I don't know if it's going to be in the lore because of the nature of it not having the time limit. So maybe like chapter reviews or whatever, but I hope it comes back at some point because when we go through these games, because it's nice. Oh Jesus! You want to know why I have 90 bombs? Who wanted 100 bombs? There's a quest for someone wanted at the mine. Someone wanted 100 fucking bombs. Because I couldn't make the 5 they specifically wanted. You know what does is actually a new... It's not a criticism really, take it for you. What is a criticism in this game? The fact that the track Double Riddles only played in 1 fight and it was in this area. This game has an absurdly high list of boss themes. But some of them only get to play once or twice, and it's a real shame. Oh, it has to be bombs specifically. Damn it. Okay. I was hoping bombs of any kind would count. No, it has to be 100 just bombs. Right, we'll be fucking back. I just dumped 100 bombs on this guy. I'll be back. I'm gonna make 10 more. I was hoping because we have other things that count as bombs that they would count. Like we have 10 ice bombs on us for goodness sake, but no. Oh, as if I didn't already know. Uh-oh. If I do this right now, it would extend past the promised day. Oh shit, okay. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Oh, because that turns into year 6, so this is our finale, got it. Good morning, Meruru. Are you awake? Kana, I'm here to pick you up. The day of the ceremony has finally arrived. Lord Desio is waiting at the castle. Okay, I got it. But I think I'd better go there by myself. I have some stops I want to make. I understand. I'll let Lord Desio know. The day's finally come. 5 years went by so fast. I'll go see Dad after thanking everyone who helped me out. You have a job for us, Mini-Master. Mini-Master, is there anything we can do? Please don't hesitate to ask. No, nothing like that. I just wanted to talk to you two. Certainly, please feel free to speak your mind. Hom and Hom, thank you for all your help up until now. If it weren't for you, I might have just given up on alchemy when it started getting too hard. The chances of that happening were very low. Mini-Master would have continued her alchemy even without Hom. That's not really what I'm trying to say. I just wanted to say thanks for all the help you've given me. Assisting Mini-Master is simply a matter of course. There's no need to say thank you. You're so difficult. Anyway, I really do appreciate all the help I've got from you two. Both of you. Thank you so much. Hey Meruru, so Arls and Arlen going to get put together? Yup, there's going to be a ceremony for it soon. And after that, the two places will become one. Cool. So what's going to happen when they merge? Are they going to call it Arlesland? Well, the names won't be merging. Arles will just become a part of Arlen, but I think everyone's going to stay the same. And all the important stuff's going to keep on going. Gotcha. Well, as long as I get to stay with Meruru, I'm happy. Yup, we'll still get to play together. Meruru, what are you doing here? Isn't your ceremony starting soon? I really wanted to come see you before it started. So thank you so much for teaching me all about alchemy up until now. I'll never forget how you let me work in your workshop and taught me all those amazing recipes. Well, you're very welcome. I had a lot of fun teaching you. Totori, the fact that Totori's still using like a slightly taller model than she had in Atelier Totori, when like canonically, considering she should be like 25 now, is hilarious to me. I guess this is your graduation. It went by so fast, like 24, 25, yet she doesn't look like a 24, 25-year-old. I won't forget the time we spent together either. I couldn't forget it even if I wanted to. What do you mean by that? Well, you know, like when you came crashing in begging me to take you on as my apprentice. Oh, I'm really sorry for any problems I might have caused. And I'm sorry I was such a slow learner. No, don't put yourself down like that. I'm not upset at all. It's great that you always have so much energy. And I honestly did have fun. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to come to your kingdom. Now, no more chit-chat. Good luck on your final task. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss Totori. Oh, is Mimi still out here sitting on the wall? Of course she is. Princess, I'm so honoured to be invited to the ceremony. I'll be attending on behalf of the Swaziland family. Your taking is too serious, Miss Mimi. I'm just going from Princess Meruru to a normal girl named Meruru. But you're still a princess until then, right? I know status can get in the way, but it still means something. Remain a princess until the ceremony is over. That's your last job as a member of the royal family. That's true. Okay, I understand. Thank you so much, Miss Mimi. Oh, right. Hope today brings in some good business. Hannah, your store's open today, but we have the big ceremony. That's exactly why I'm open. There's going to be people coming from all across the land for this ceremony. It's a perfect opportunity to unload some Arls souvenir specialties. I see. It's so interesting, Hannah. Oh, I forgot about Gino. I just saw him in the back. Guess the last time I'm going to see you like this. No way. I still plan on stopping by here every chance I get. No, that's not it. I've been ordered to return to the guild in Ireland. What? Back to Ireland? But we've gotten so close since you came here. I don't want you to go. You can't go. Huh? You trying to stop me? Of course, we're friends, aren't we? Meruru. Okay, then I'm not going back. Really? I'm glad to hear that, but you're really allowed to do that? I'll just ask my sister to cancel the order. I'm afraid she might start yelling at me, though. You're the first person to ever say something like that to me. I don't want us to get separated now. Let's keep on being friends. And if you could help try to convince Esty, that would be a huge help. That may be kind of tricky, but I'd be super happy if you could stay here. So I'll convince her. Let's convince her together. It's time to say goodbye to Arls Kingdom. Had a lot of fun here. Went on tons of adventuring and fought some really strong opponents. Where should I head next? Mr. Gino, are you going somewhere? Oh yeah, I've gone and seen most everything around here. So it's time to find a new stomping ground. Wow, that sounds exciting. You better invite me along when you go. Oh, slow down. Princess can't be... Oh, wait. I guess you might not hear Princess no longer. That's right. There's nothing stopping me from going on adventures. I guess it's cool. Then, I'll let you know once I find somewhere worth going. Look forward to that. Meanwhile, the guy's sitting like, man, I don't have enough bombs yet. And Miruru's like, no, the kingdom's over, stop. Hey, Meruru. Mr. Esty, thank you so much for everything. Oh, you scared me. Maybe that was a little too forceful. My ears are ringing now. You're such a dork, but I actually like that about you. I like you too, Miss Esty. Not only are you beautiful, but you're so tough and powerful too. I have mixed feelings about that powerful part. But there's no need for you to thank me. I had plenty of fun with you too. Besides, it's not like this is the end. We'll still see each other from time to time. Of course. I got Waifus around here. Jimmo! Hello, Chim. Is Miss Pamela here? Jimmo! Oh, she's not. I was hoping to say hi to her. Boo! God! What the heck are you doing? Don't scare me like that. Sympathetic. But I'm a ghost, and ghosts are supposed to scare people, right? Well, now's not a good time. I just wanted to stop by before the ceremony. Oh, the time's already come, huh? Do you really forget about it, Miss Pamela? Of course not. It's very important. I remember. Arls and Ireland are mixing together today. Not mixing, Miss Pamela. Merging. Oh, you're so funny. Well, whatever. Anyway, hearing the name of Ireland makes me want to reminisce. Maybe I should go pay it a visit. What about your store? Oh, the Chims can take care of everything while I'm gone. Isn't that right, Chims? Jimmo! Jimmo! Your future husband, Casper the friendly ghost there. I guess you're right. As long as they're here, things will be fine, but still a sad thought. Oh, but now that I think about it, it's going to be Ireland too. Maybe I don't need to go anywhere. But I want to go on vacation somewhere. Why don't we go somewhere together, Meruru? Here in Ireland? I'd love to, but I won't be able to go anywhere for a while. It's too bad. Maybe I'll take the Chims with me. Jimmo! Then you'd have to close your store for sure. See, the Chims are worried already. My word, I was just kidding. Why does everyone take me so seriously? It's because your jokes don't usually sound like jokes. That's what he said. So I'm just stretching for a sec. With the with how Meruru was talking to Gino a second ago, I can't help but get the implication that like Meruru is okay letting go of being a princess because it means she won't have obligations to Arls anymore, so she can go explore the world a bit more. Like she's kind of doing like the Riser story, like a decade before Riser story, where like she knows like dropping the princess title it means she can spread her wings, so she plans to do so. So she really will be more like a wandering like ex-princess knight sort of type by the time you meet her in Lulua, potentially. Like a wandering, like she might be like the new Esty, where it's like she's a bit of like a wandering warrior. But obviously we'll see. Time will tell when we get to Lulua. Well, it's time we spent together. Even right now I can't tell. Fine, I can't do this right now. I need to head to the ceremony. Sorry, I was just joking. We're so happy everyone appreciates everything you've done. Come back to Pamela's store anytime and pay the Chims a visit. Chimmo. We need to go talk to the king. Hey, Haggle. Hey. Should you really be loafing around right now? I just wanted to go visit with everyone who's been helping me out. How considerate of you. Once it got you yelled at again. You know, from what's his name? In the castle, the guy who looks like I did when I was younger, starts with an R. Are you talking about Rufus? Yeah, that's the lad. I tell ya, he was a spinning image of me 20 years ago. Does that mean Rufus is gonna look like Mr. Haggle when he gets older? No way, that's impossible. They're way too different. Thanks for your contribution, Haggle. I hope you in Lulua. See you next game. Hey, if we're going to people who have helped, why are we going to Astrid? We should really just no, fine, fuck's sake, I'll go talk to her. What do you want? Why, look there. It's one of Arlen's alchemists. You about me? Who else? It'll be official later today, will it not? An alchemist of Ireland. I'll just be like Verona and Miss Toturi. Oh, heavens, no. Your skills are far surpassed those two already. And mine. What? No? I'm super inexperienced compared to my teacher and her master. Wrong! You have the ability to synthesize anything. There's absolutely nothing left for you to learn. What with these compliments? You're scaring me. Don't be scared. You're allowed to be as arrogant as you want, and use it to overcome any obstacle. I'll keep on working without losing sight of my original goal or getting full of myself. And now I'm off. Fuck you, let's go. Day's finally come. But I can't imagine Meruru not being a princess. Hey, Lias. So what are you going to do from tomorrow on? Nothing too different. I'm going to be deployed to the Arls garrison of the Island Republic. If anything, it just means I won't have as much time to go do stuff with you. What, really? Oh, that sucks. So I have a bunch of places I want to go check out. Wait, so you're still planning on going on all those crazy adventures? Well, I won't be a princess anymore, right? So it'd be a waste not to do things I want to do. I want to go all over and gather all kinds of materials for my alchemy. My adventure's just getting started. It takes my very soul. Oh, I should have known. Well, I can join you here and there as long as you don't have any guard duty. I was hoping you'd say that. I'll be counting on you, Lias. Now for the actual knight who helped us. Hey, King. Have you... So, this day has finally arrived. The knights are gone from Ireland, and soon royal family will disappear from Arls. Even if this is how it's meant to be, I still feel a touch of sadness. Really? I don't. Because even if I'm not a princess anymore, I'm still the same old me. True. I suppose I've continued on as a knight, even after Ireland became a republic because of that mentality. Even if the name Arls disappears, we aren't losing anything substantial. You're absolutely correct. Seems you've opened my eyes. I shall resist the flow of time and continue to carry out my duties as a knight. Not sure about that, Mr. Sturg. Maybe you should start looking for a real job soon. Oh, Meruru! I was hoping I'd run into you. Me too. There's something I want to tell you before the ceremony. What is it? I want to give you a huge thank you. I was only able to come this far because you were always there with me. Thank you for always supporting me, even if how selfish I always was. What? No, you give me lots of motivation. Too. You're the one supporting me. Just have established a holy order already stuck, right? Yeah, like... Listen, Kana. Even after the kingdom disappears, we'll still be together, right? Of course. Oh, you're making me all sentimental. What? You're not going to cry, are you? It's not like we're going to get separated. No. I'm just feeling emotional. I can't believe you've matured so much. Make it sound like I wasn't mature at all before. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I know. I have to get going now.
Ceremony will begin soon, princess. No more wandering off, he said to the throne room.
Okay, but that's the last time Rufus is ever going to call me princess. I wonder what he's going to call me once the ceremony's over. Just Meruru, maybe? But more than that, what's going to happen to our relationship? It won't be master-servant anymore. Friends, maybe? Oh, that just feels weird.
Please stop dwelling on pointless topics and get ready. Princess is princess to me. Nothing more, nothing less. There will be no change.
Okay. Yeah, Meruru and Kana were literally raised together. Like Kana was raised to be, like, a sister to Meruru, even though they're not of the same blood. So it's like, I imagine these two will stick to each other thick and thin regardless. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if when we inevitably meet Meruru, Kana's with her, in Lulua.
The reckless girl from 5 years ago is all grown up. You've really matured.
Uncle Gio.
Things you've seen, the people you've met, these past 5 years have been truly fortunate.
That's true. I met so many different people.
Indeed. The people who cheered you, the people who supported, and all those people who came to depend on you. It's important to have enough hearts to try and return all the kindness you've received from them all. And there I go lecturing you again.
It's okay. Really happy to hear what you have to say. Besides, you've always cared so much for me. You came to see how I was doing, and you've helped me when I was in trouble. I know I can always count on you, Uncle.
That's so. Perhaps those were all just coincidences.
You're really bad at lying, so I'll just leave it alone.
Well, geez, I guess you got me there. There you are, Meruru. Have you finished paying your respects to those who helped along your path?
Yes, Father. Everything is well.
I see. And I suppose it's my turn to say thank you.
I don't know! I don't know if she just kept up the act, or if she actually kind of knew, or what, with the whole fucking masked G.
I suppose it's my turn to say thank you.
Fam now, yeah.
As the King of Arls, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping guide our kingdom up until now.
What are you saying? You're gonna make me blush.
Without you, the Arls kingdom never would have made it this far.
No, no, no. I couldn't have done anything on my own. It's only because so many people helped me through it.
You know what would be sick in Lulua? If we go through Arland, Alanya, and Arlis. Like, we get to explore all three, like, after all this time. Like, see how they've developed and changed. Perhaps, but your attitude is what allowed everyone to come together. That is of utmost importance for royalty.
5 years ago, the promise I made. I think I finally understand what it means to fulfill my royal duty.
I can see that. It's obvious just by looking at you. Meruru, you've grown so much. Now then, the ceremony is about to begin. Let's go carry out our final duty as the royal family of Arlis.
Alright, let's see. Is it going to be blocked scenes again? Yes, sir. Or can we finally get one that isn't? Wow, Meruru! Jesus Christ! Wow! You look amazing, princess! Wow! She looks like a fucking Disney princess, right? She looks like an actual, like, fully fledged Disney princess.
Allow me to announce the joining of Arlis and Arland, creating a better and brighter Arland Republic.
Just screenshot that.
One of the princesses. Yeah, she's beautiful. Today, I stand before you as the King of Arlis one final time.
You know what would also be sick? If that's an unlockable costume in this game. Like, after we beat the game, it says unlock, like, the princess attire or some shit. Just a thought.
When I wake tomorrow, I will stand among you as a citizen of Arland. But make no mistake, this does not sadden me. Nor should anyone here be sad or discouraged. Take a look around. Look at the person standing next to you. I see no one with the look of disappointment on their face. The faces I see are filled with smiles, with strong-willed eyes, with spirits overflowing with hope. Why? Because for the past 5 years, everyone has given everything in order to advance our kingdom. Because of your sacrifices, we, the people of Arls, can proudly become one with Ireland. And today, I want to thank you all for recognizing and reaching your full potential. This does not mean the end of our storied history of Arls. No, today marks yet another chapter in that history. We dream of a better tomorrow, and in that dream's name, we take our first step today. We hold our fate in our hands. I'm sure you all recognize this is not the end, but the beginning. Well, it's the end of this game, but... I'm also super curious what Meruru will look like in the lore. Like, what her costume will be like in that game after all of this. From today, I am no longer a princess. But that's okay. And everyone else in the kingdom are headed towards a new future. No matter what problems arise, as long as everyone stands together, we will always overcome. Oh, okay. The credits are blocked. I can take that. The credits are blocked. Oh, and a post-credit scene. Alright, I've got to do the post-credit scene talk. I skipped the credits. We'll get back to it. We'll probably be in the extra menu. Okay, it's Kana and Rufus standing at the door to the alchemist. Kana's starting. Good morning, Meruru. I'm here to pick you up. Meanwhile, Rufus, it's almost time, princess. Are you ready to go? Meruru leaves. Oh, she's back in her normal costume. Come on, stop calling me princess. I'm just a normal girl now, remember? Rufus, our princess will always be princesses to me. I cannot imagine calling you otherwise. Meruru, are you still set in your ways, huh, Mr. Stubborn? If I may disagree, I believe it's not quite stubbornness, but rather... Meruru, oh, don't get me started with that again. Let me just get ready. Oh, so they're heading out on their travels then. So is it going to be her, Kana, and Rufus, I think? Kana, of course, I'll help you change. Thanks, Meruru, thanks, Kana. Should only take a second. Rufus, you're still the same as ever, as I said. Our princess will always be a princess. Kana, Mr. Rufus, Meruru has changed now, so... Ah, my apologies. I'll wait outside. Everyone's stubborn, it's Sturk. Yeah, no kidding. Meanwhile, it's faded over towards the castle, and there's a narration. And thus, the former Arls kingdom continued to grow. Oh, it's panning over all the work I did. The driving force behind it was its agriculture. People planted, cultivated, harvested, and planted again. The required farmland was developed with alchemy, increasing Ireland's economy and self-reliance. They even started growing a new crop as a local delicacy, and I hope it would become another source of income. And today is their first harvest. So start calling as a villain. Maybe in Ireland 5. Trophy unlocked, a rich nation. Oh, Meruru's a farmer. Her, Rufus, and Kana run their own farm out of town. That's cute. I'll have to show you the artwork afterwards. Meruru, oh, these apples are just delicious. Kana, hey, no sampling. If Mr. Rufus catches you... Too late, she's already been caught. Do you know what today is, princess? It's the first harvest day for the new apple orchard we've all been working on. That's right. It's a day worth memorializing. The creation of our town's new specialty. Sorry, Rufus. Oh, Lias is here too. I finally come to visit, and of course the first thing I see is Meruru stuffing her face. Meruru, I said I was sorry. It looked so tasty I couldn't resist. I love the farmer look on her as well. I gotta show you this after in the extra menu. She looks great in the farmer attire. Okay, this is supposed to be the new local treat from the Arls Kingdom for Ireland. Do you think people will start buying it? Rufus, I foresee no problem as long as we promote it properly. I personally guarantee the quality. How can you guarantee that, Rufus? Oh, well... Because, Lias, because he tasted it himself by chance. I'm sure my brother doesn't take any chances with this. Which means he already embezzled some of this and sampled them himself, Kana said. Rufus, don't say embezzled. It was simply a quality assurance confirmation. Miru, well, I mean, take a look at these things. Anyone would want them to sneak a taste. It wasn't sneaking.
Well, let's start harvesting. Mr. Lias, make sure you hold on tight over there. Lias, right. My balance is harder than I thought. Man, what an amazing harvest. Rufus, the crops must be sorted for quality before delivery. Damaged apples can be processed and used in pies. Meruru, Rufus, you're so smart for thinking and using the warp gate and secret bag to make deliveries all over the country. 2 items I didn't make on this playthrough, whoops. It's basic economics to utilize what resources we have in new ways. Thus, we can do business no matter the distance. All right, everyone. Let's make the Arls apple known throughout the entire world. Finish. New costume is available. Oh, is it the princess attire or is it the farming attire? Oh, hang on. What attire has been unlocked? Saved. Hang on a fucking minute. Before we anything else, let's see. Okay, alternate colours. Oh god, militant. Ah, so neither. We got an alternate variant colour, and we got militant. Okay, you've got that. And Rorona has a lighter colour. Alright, now let's go through everything. Firstly, this was the ending we got. This was the ending image of Meruru as a farmer. God. And the administration ceremony. Fuck. Meruru looked so good. Like, this image is what makes Meruru out to be 20. Like, 15-year-old, 20-year-old. Like, she actually looks older in that image, you know? Fucking Master G. Reminiscing. Oh, we didn't actually get that many artworks. These are all ending artworks. All of this, these are ending artworks. Well, no, it's not just desire. It's more just like I was more making a point of that she looks older in that artwork. Oh, we got a bunch of concept art. Oh, Hannah! Philly. Oh, Jesus, that's an amazing artwork. Can I zoom in? That's like wedding dress Meruru. That's amazing. Cute Toturi artwork as well. Box art. Mimi. Looking adorable. Meruru with scruffy hair? Oh, you... Oh, okay, let's carry on. Why do these almost look like body pillow covers in how they're structured? Oh, that one, yeah. Oh, fucking... For free? Oh, the trilogy of pro tags together. Trilogy of pro tags together, but all more laxed. Oh, Meruru and sister slash best friend slash shipmate Kana. What the fuck is this? Anyway, yeah, I did notice these, the three in their PJs. Is this supposed to be the girls and their men? Like Rorona and Sturk, Toturi and Gino, Meruru and Lias? Oh, that's cute artwork, actually. With Kid Rorona. That's actually an adorable one. Like, full art. Oh, do we have all the full arts? Toturi's full art. Kid Rorona. Geo looks sick. SD looks amazing. Sturk. If it wasn't for the fact he's such a weirdo in this game, his design is amazing. Gino. Mimi design is amazing. Rufus design is great. I love Hannah. Oh, whose concept art is this? Is this concept Meruru? Like, it's got a crown. This might be an unused concept for Meruru. Yeah, because it's got crown as well. Oh, wow. So she actually went through a lot of changes. Oh, God, she went through a lot of changes before they landed on it. Yeah, you can see it starting to come together here. Oh my goodness, Meruru went through so many design changes. That one's that as well. Oh, that's where that costume comes from. Alright, that one's kind of cool. And then eventually settling on Meruru at the end. Even then, she had shorter hair in this concept. You got better than what we got. Now it's got to be the same for Kana. Geo. Is that Sturk? Oh, it's only the one we get. Is that supposed to be Sturk? Damn! Damn! He looks edgy as fuck. Oh, Mimi didn't change that much from her concept. Well, her costume changed, but yeah, she didn't change herself too much. Oh, wow, that's an interesting concept for her. And that's it. Some of the concept arts are really good. Oh, the music. Oh, I need to give my final thoughts on this game. I just realized we'll get to it, but first I can start off immediately. The music in this game is, without question, the best of the Island games. I loved this, that the world map theme changes as you get more developed from this. So eventually becoming this by the end. Oh, we didn't encounter every track. We never got access to the Endless Corridor, so that's what that theme probably is. Meanwhile, all the battle themes... Yeah, this soundtrack is extremely consistent. And this was when you find an enemy that's harder than you. This was the hunt theme, when you go for a side quest, hunt quest. This was general boss theme. What are these comments? I'm reading these, by the way. This guy's like, the composer just got off track, it sounds like, a little bit. He's just like talking about something. This one only played in one fight. It was when we fought that, like, creature in the mines. And it's like probably like guttural rock metal, and it was like my favourite track. I love this theme. Insane, I'm all here for it, yeah. Like this one, like the long... Fuck yes. You know, like, come on. So this condition called second gradaritis, one terrifying symptom is getting excited when I hear the unite or transform or super or when our powers combine. My illness is reflected in this song. It's something you might hear on a Saturday morning. Yeah, these descriptions, the composer just kind of did his own thing. But the thing is, like, looking at the icon, I think it's the same composer for every single battle theme. When I hear Crimson, I think about nostrils. What? How a person has amazing clean nostrils, no hair. Do you shave? That can get itchy, so plucking it is best. This is the only orchestra-like battle theme. Whenever I see a big tree, I secretly hope it's filled with toys. You know, if you know what I'm talking about, you must be pretty old. I was always so jealous. I wonder if these are battle themes that I just didn't get to hear. Oh no, Toturi and Sturk full MG supers. These are the super themes. But we only had Toturi and Sturk supers heard, so we didn't get to hear the rest of them. Got it. So like, these are like the character themes when you do a finishing. Oh, it is a rearrangement of Go Go Totally. I only just realised. Meanwhile, Sturk's super theme is great. More of a dark, sharp time. But yeah, I wonder what he's up to now. He's really matured since last time, has he? And then the other, back to the other composer, the same one. Oh look, and these are all remixes of previous themes that were remixed for Meruru. So they actually did a lot of remixes. Oh, and the actual Meruru song. Oh, there's 2 flat-out songs. There's 2 straight-up songs, because these songs are down here. There's 2 songs we didn't hear. I wonder if one of them's a boss song. I'll have to listen to the soundtrack in my spare time and find out. But this is like the actual version of Maruru's theme. The vocals are, of course, Marie. The guitar is Toshinori Hiramatsu, and trumpet is Yutaro Takahashi. Please enjoy this song with the heart of a child. A bit too old? Oh, sorry. I was raised on songs like this. FYI, changing the me in Meruru to G in the opening lyrics turns into a different person. Jaruru? I don't get that. This guy's weird. This guy's so fucking... He just says random shit. I gotta go through and read all of his other notes. Hang on, I gotta find him. So, it means star in Spanish. I mean, I went there. That was a total lie. I went to a recording studio called Spain Zaka, though. I'm sure it was the same thing. Star is for normal battle, and this one is for the moon. Star and Moon, pretty nostalgic for a long time Atelier fans. The guitar and bass is normal, and big battles are, of course, by Danny. Don't sound so fancy. From the version with a recorder, it's a feeling of both suspense and relaxation. This song plays by default, but if you do something specific... Oh, maybe it plays the lyrical version if you do something special. A long time ago, I feel like there was a really flat car by this name, well, Alcyon. You don't see those kinds of car anymore, and you don't see stuff like 4WD or DOHC Turbo stuck on the backs of side of cars much either. I wonder what the point of putting those things on cars was. Similar to double dribble, you blow the whistle and make a circle with your arms. Wait, that's for travelling, wasn't it? Flapping both arms? Alright, we've already done that one. Remember here the word crimson, we've got nostrils. Also like battle theme, yeah. A bright and lighting march. I love how it marches, and Meruru is so cute. With the excitement of I get to make songs for a game that has a girl in it, I was able to overcome all obstacles during production. If Meruru represents motion, this one represents silence with a gentle waltz. Kana is so cute. Her flamboyant socks, her socks, what? Are the most charming fashion feature. Because the kingdom is so small, the king conveys the aura of an executive in a probably small business. The timbre of Utaru's trumpet was wonderfully idealistic. During recording, Yanagawa and I silently smirked at each other like it's perfect. Long-haired character. Long-haired is an interesting description, because no matter how long your armpit, butt, or nipple hair grow, no one would call you long-haired. Interesting. What? What are you talking about? There's several times where Waifus and Sturk interact, and I got very emotional as I played this in the game. I mean, it's Takehito and Jirota Kosugi, a Kreese and Endirk reunion, and of course the weapon shop pot haggle, Fumihiko, I'm probably butchering his name, Tachiki, is amazing as always. Continued an unsociable night. It has the aura of 8th grader Titus, so I made the title 8th grader-ish. Also, it doesn't affect me since I already have 2nd graderitis, so I'm dismissed, and you over there too. What the Moko Mon Mon. What's up with this title anyway? Hana's so cute, so Hana's theme. What's with her freedomness, her my wildness, her self-containedness, her boorishness? I love that kind of character, maybe because I'm like that. The sharp-tongued airhead, once again, Totally is so cute. This arrangement is softer than the original, but maybe it wasn't so necessary. Verona appears very tiny looking. Maybe she got shocked that way from being called a grandma in the last game. Oh wait, that was me. The cute chorus in the middle is by Marie. There's a nice middle. I'm sure young ladies will like this, but some old fogies trying to talk to young ladies is no good. So theoretically, a young girl and middle-aged guy couple shouldn't exist. It just means he's some old pervert. The receptionist once again, and a surprising addition to the party. Her appearance has changed, but she's still just as beautiful. I like the hey part from hey, what are you doing here that Verona said. Again, the master. She's a troublemaker by nature anyway, but this time she returns with trouble on a megaton level. Verona's ending's pretty touching. Oh, the other ending I was aiming for but eventually dropped. Continued from Butler. It's just a mere sound staff member, but as a member of the development team for the first Atelier Meruru, and as a composer for each character's theme. Oh, so this guy has been around since Meruru. He's been around since 97, fuck. I'd like to show my appreciation to everyone who has supported the Atelier series up till now. Thank you so much, bravo. Hom's theme, I'm sure you know. Like the original, Imagine Gentle Clockwork. I've arranged every character's... I've read enough of these, my voice is starting to go. Oh, no bonus voices to read. God, there's so many fucking characters in this game, look at this. Oh yeah, Peter, you exist! I forgot about you, you just kind of ceased. Oh, these are all enemies, never mind. I thought it could be all characters. And all their reskins. This boss played double riddles. I think we lost to that Wyvern. Here's big guy. Jesus, look at all this extra space. All the extra things we could have tried to hunt down and fight. But my Atelier Meruru journey is over. Can I play the credits like I could last time? Yes, I can. So the block scene is just for first visit, like, because the game's weird. I do really, really enjoy this game. This game is still really enjoyable and really fun and everything else. But I think it's slightly less than Toturi. And my reasons being kind of can be argued the other way. Toturi had a weak opening, but when it picked up, it really picked up. Whilst Meruru has a strong opening, but when it dips later in the story, it kind of just goes. Like, past year 3, or after you finish year 3, all you're doing for the rest of the game is working towards whatever ending you want. But because that's so loose, the game kind of loses that kind of get-up attitude it had for those first 3 years. It kind of, like, peters out a little bit. So I still really love this game. And I would put it very close to Toturi. But I think Toturi slightly edges out, because once you get past the prologue in Toturi, the rest of the game was a ride. And was really enjoyable. However, it doesn't change the fact that this game has a lot of quality of life Toturi doesn't have, as easily the best soundtrack of the Arlen trilogy, has some phenomenal characters, even if they go a little too much with it. I feel like this game I noticed it the most of the Arlen trilogy. Like, it's always been present in the trilogy, but I felt it the most in this one, where there were too many characters, so some of them just straight up ceased to exist. In terms of screen time. If you weren't doing their specific character group, you just didn't see them anymore. You know? They just vanished, which I think is genuinely, like, it was a detriment to all 3 games, but I noticed it the most here because there were so many characters here. You know? When you have 11 playable characters, not all of them are going to get the same screen time, unless it's a very fucking big game, you know? There's a reason why Persona can sometimes get away with it, it's because the games are so much bigger. So they have time to breathe. I say sometimes, because Jesus Christ, Lord knows how much Haru got thrown under the bus in 5. This game is too ambitious? Yeah, I think I agree. This game is phenomenal, and what they achieved and what they should do with it is really impressive and deserves praise, but there were some things that suffered as a result. The way too many endings, making it so you have... Like, of course, they have to give you room to breathe to try and hunt them down, because there's so many of them. But as a result, it makes that part kind of weaker, you know? It makes that kind of weaker when you get there, because there's not much actually going on in the moment to kind of keep you interested. It's just, hey, what do you want to work on today? What are you working towards today? But that'll do for the Arlen trilogy. And then next we meet, we're doing the Lure, which I will probably be starting on Friday. Either Friday or Saturday. I have to check what my schedule says. But this game is phenomenal. Actually, where will I put it on my tier list? Let me get up the list. I think I know where I'm putting it. Yeah, okay, I know where I'm putting it. Right, so to bring up the list again, from bottom to top, so... Once again, Furus is about to take a stray. Sorry, Furus. At the bottom is Atelier Furus, then it's Blue Reflection 1, then it's Atelier Sophie, then it's Knights of Azure 1, then it's Atelier Ryza 1, then it's Rorona, then it's Knights of Azure 2, then I'm going to slot in Meruru, then Ryza 3, then Toturi, then Lydian Suli, then Ryza 2, then Sophie 2, and then of course Blue Reflection Second Light at the top. That's my list for now. Reading another remake. But yeah, like, because I'm taking tomorrow off. Thursday is more Final Fantasy 16. And so it will either be Friday or Saturday we'll start Lulua, and that will be fun. Special thanks, everyone who worked on... Oh, wait, right, because it's got the Plus version. Speaking of, like Rorona, there is a form of post-game, and I believe there was some form of post-game in Toturi as well. But after Rorona, it kind of became clear that, like, I didn't need to do them for the sake of the stream. Because Rorona, it was like a year of time wasting. All we got was a nice reference. It felt like. So, although like there was things you can do with it, it very much expects you to have done like New Game Plus cycles to really stand a chance in any of it. So for the sake of pacing, and the fact that those plus extra ending stuff don't, as far as I can tell, seem that canon or that relevant to the overall story, I would rather wrap it here, and then next we meet start Lulua. But that'll do from me. I'm glad I gave the whole Arlen trilogy a real shot. Because, as I said way before I started this, the Arlen trilogy were the ones I was kind of nervous on because of the nature of time limits. When in reality... Oh yeah, and there's your, hey, by the way, there's plus stuff if you want to do that. Before I started it, I was so nervous of the time limits. But Rorona is day management. There really isn't a time limit full stop. It's just day management. Toturi was the only one with a time limit, but it was also extremely generous. Like, not fierce generous, but generous enough. We had a whole year left before we finished the time limit. Whilst Meruru, although it has some of that time limit in it, there's so many more avenues and how you can approach it that it doesn't feel that much of a bother. Like, getting your population above 30k, we did it with like 4 or 5 months to spare. But even playing it, I knew there were so many other avenues I could have approached it and done it way higher, you know? But all that's left for this saga is Lulua, the one without the time limit, because it came out after Lydian Suli, but before Ryza 1. So I'm very interested to see, because I want to see what it was starting to do that would lean into what they did more with Ryza, while at the same time, what they learned from Lydian Suli, because it came out after that. So it's going to be quite a jump in terms of, like, certain aspects. It's still a turn-based RPG, by the way, before anyone worries. Like, no, I don't mean it in that sense of learning from Ryza or, like, teaching Ryza. I'm just curious what it has different and what was starting to set up and why it was, like, in terms of, like, the timeline of all the Atelier releases, what it did, whilst also being a send-off to Ireland. But that's going to do from my end of Atelier Meruru. A fantastic Atelier game, and from a trilogy that I genuinely really enjoyed. Like, I have a pretty positive review for all of them. The only reason Rorona's bottom is just that the sequels do things better, not because I have problems with Rorona, you know? But that'll do from me. So, as always, thank you all so much for watching. Reminder, I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm taking the day to just kind of chill and rest. So I'll be back on Thursday. So I think either on Friday or Saturday, once it depends what mood I'm in, we'll be starting Lulua. But regardless, until then, remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It genuinely really helps this channel grow. And additionally, you can find my Twitter, Patreon and PayPal in the description of every single video if you ever feel so inclined. Additionally, so I might as well promote it a little bit, my scripted review, or scripted video, my review of Doom 2, did drop last Sunday. If you haven't given it a watch already, maybe consider doing so, since I put a lot of time and effort into that. But I digress. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. You all take care now. Peace. God, the contrast in stream length as well. Last stream of Meruru was like 5 hours. This one's barely under 3 hours. Take care.